What's going on, good people? You are officially north of the lake with Money Month for episode 6. We got a lot to talk about tonight, man. Y'all come on in, join this live. Like I said, we on episode 6. Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and get straight to it, bro. We had a time out there at Hammond High School on Friday night for our homecoming. Like I said, I've seen a lot of alumni come out there. Shout out to Hammond High School. Shout out to all the classes that attended homecoming on Friday, man. Like I said, we had a time Friday night, man. Like I said, shout out to everybody who had homecomings, even Kentwood. Like I said, I already did a live on Kentwood and Amy. You know what I'm saying? But still, shouts out to the Kentwood Kangaroos on their homecoming as well. Like y'all had a good time out there too. So if any of y'all Kentwood people want to come into this live, please just let me know and I'll get y'all in on this live. But like I said, we had a time out there at Hammond High School. I got some footage for y'all that I'm going to share. A little later in the live. Like I said, we it was a great time out there. Like I said, unfortunately, my tornadoes did not get the win, but like I said, we had a great time. And I want to apologize to my tornadoes, man. We had such a good time at that tailgate. A lot of us didn't even go get into the game. Hopefully next year uh things will change. Hopefully that we can get some type of better setup to where we can have easy access into the game. But man, we had a time out there at Hammond High School. Shout out to the class of 2011. Like I said, the scores are at the bottom. Like I said, this is week 8 in Tangi sports, Tangi football. Like I said, the scores are at the bottom. I'm getting ready to read out the scores as soon as the ticker comes back around. But like I said, we had a time out there at Hammond High School, bro. Shout out to all the classes. Shout out to the class of 2011. Shout out to the class of 2014. Y'all was lit. But here are the North Shore High School football scores for the week. St. Helena over Springfield, 44-16. Amy gets the win against Albany, 38-3. LaRondra over Archbishop Hannon, 79-54. With no defense played in that game. I would love to see the highlights of that game. We got Pope John Paul over Independence, 36-30. We got Kentwood over Slaughter, 47-13. We got Slidell over Covington, 33-19. We got St. Paul over Mandeville, 21-18. St. Thomas over North Lake Christian, 20-8. Ponchatoula rolls over Fountain Blue, 32-3. My tornadoes went down to North Shore, 14-0. Shout out to our homecoming. We had a great time out there. Like I said, Pine over Jewel Sumner, 28-13. My cousin Coach Maryland them got that win out there. U-High 60-7. LSU Routes Army 62-0. Georgia State over ULL. Southeastern with I think their first or second win of the season. Southern over Bethune. Incarnate Word over McNeese, and them Saints pretty much was the Saints. Pretty much what they've been showing us all year long. So I'm not gonna spend much time on the Saints, man. But like I said, shout out to all of our graduating classes of Hammond High School, man. We had a time, bro. I'm getting ready to show a video in a few. I just want to give people the opportunity to come into this live. First and foremost, I want to kind of bag up a little bit and kind of give people time to come into this live. So, that's most definitely we most definitely had a great time out there. I have a whole video set up waiting on y'all to get into this live. But like I said, shout out to my Hammond High Tornadoes. This is Tangi football week 8. All the scores are at the bottom from all our North Shore. Not only our Tangible Horror high schools, but everybody in the North Shore. Like I mentioned every live, them kids at Fountain Blue inspired me to put the entire North Shore out there. All the scores on the ticker because they came into my DMs and they wanted to come on, but unfortunately they did not get the okay of their coach. So like I said, shout out to those Fountain Blue kids. I always shout them out every week for personally DMing me wanting to come in on the show. Like once again, the scores at the bottom: North Shore High School football, St. Helena over Springfield, 44-16. Amy over Albany, 38-3. LaRondra and Archbishop Hannon didn't play no defense, 79-54. Pope John Paul, 36-30 over Independence. Kentwood over Slaughter, 47-13. They won a homecoming. Shout out to the Kentwood Kangaroos. Please come into this live, Kentwood people. Slidell over Covington, 33-19. St. Paul over Mandeville. St. Thomas over North Lake Christian, 20-8. Ponchatoula over Fountain Blue 32-3. My Tornadoes went down 14-0 on homecoming. Shout out to our homecoming. We did had a great time out there, though. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna show the video in a minute. Pine over Jewel Sumner 28-13. My cousin Coach Maryland got that win out there in U-High 60-7 over U-High. My LSU Tigers handled business. UL went down. Southeastern got the win. Southern got the win. Grambling was off this week. Infinite Word over McNeese 35-24. And the Saints went down to the Jags 31-24. That was just an epitome of our season against the Jaguars. I mean, that game ended exactly how our season's been going. But like I said, I usually save the Saints for last, but since they played on the Thursday night, I was able to recover. So I'm in a lot better mood. Then my LSU Tigers went down there and in Baton Rouge and took care of things, you know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling pretty good, you know what I'm saying? It'd been a perfect weekend if my Tornadoes would have got the win. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's on this live right now. Like I said, we are discussing this week's sports right now. Leave a comment and I can bring you into the live. If you just say I want to be into this live, if you want to discuss the homecoming and a good time that we had out there at Hammond High School, please leave me a comment. I'm screaming right now on Facebook and YouTube. Like I said, I stopped screaming on Twitter because Twitter is kind of, y'all know what I'm saying. Anybody that got a Twitter understands what I'm saying. It's not the best place to put any content out there. I love Twitter, but you know how it is. Like I said, you are north of the lake with Money Mun. This is Tangible Whole Football Week 8. We had a great time out there at Hammond High School. For all the North Tangent haters that were saying that we don't know how to party out here in Hammond, I think we proved that. I think we showed that. I'm getting ready to show the video just as soon as we get some people in this live. You know what I'm saying? People kind of slow to coming into it. But like I said, I want to thank y'all for tuning in each and every week, man. I'm going to keep trying to make the content better for my fans. Like I said, it's a lot of high school kids that watches this. And I am going to put a disclaimer out there. Viewer discretion is advised for this video that I have from my homecoming. They had some grown people out there having fun. So I'm not encouraging anything. I'm just putting it out there that, I don't condone some of this behavior to underage kids. But like I said, it was grown folks out there having a good time. My Hammer High Tornadoes, shout out to the class of 2011. And I want to shout out the class of 2014 because y'all was out there lit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, y'all had the DJ, y'all had everything going on, man. I respect y'all. I know a lot of people in that class of 2014. Hopefully I can have Jay Smith on here very soon. We had a good conversation at the tailgate. And like I said, man, we had a great time out there at Hammond High School. I see Kentwood did their thing too. It was a lot of back and forth on the on Facebook between Kentwood fans and Hammond fans. It's at the end of the day, it's all love. It's all in good spirit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's really, has any animosity towards each other. It's all in good spirit. I want everybody to understand that, especially at least coming from me. Everything's in good spirit. Me and Coach Fleet trains a lot of our tangy athletes, and so we know a lot of these guys that's on a lot of these teams from Kentwood all the way to Ponchatoula. We train these guys. I don't think. Well, actually, we did have a Kentwood guy, but he's at Southeastern now. I can't remember the brother's name, but shout out to him at Southeastern. Southeastern got a win. It's been a very tough season for Southeastern. And I was reading these scores. I don't know what happened between who did LaRondra play again? I it slipped my mind, but I don't know what happened with this LaRondra score. It was like 70-50. I don't know what happened. They must have just scored every time they got the ball. It must have been back and forth all game long because I don't know how they put up that many points. I think the score was like 79-54. LaRondra. Somebody please send me the highlights of that game. I'll play them. I'm curious to know what happened out there in LaRondra. Yeah, LaRondra was 79-54 against Archbishop Hannon. What happened? Like, how did y'all score that many points? That's like combined for what 100 and what 50, 100 and what my math is 130 points between the two. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened out there, LaRondra Archbishop Hannon? Somebody please leave a comment and let me know, is that the right score? I got that off the Louisiana sports update page. That's how I get the scores for these games. Somebody please tell me there was a typo on behalf of that game, because I mean that means no defense was played. I mean nobody tackled nobody the whole game. It was pretty much in the air. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what happened with that game. But that was I guarantee it was fun to watch, none the least. And like I said, there's a lot of tight games around the parish. Like I said, my tornadoes did go down on our homecoming, but we had a great time, man. We really had a great time at homecoming. I'm looking forward to next year. Next year's homecoming. Like I said, the scores are at the bottom. This is Tangy football week 8. And like I said, this is also the North Shore as well. Everybody on the North Shore scores are at the bottom of the screen. Amy took care of business. LaRonja would just put 79 up on Archbishop Hannon, but Archbishop Hannon put up 54. Shout out to the Independence Tigers and Coach Travis Michael. He gave us a shout out before. I do apologize, Coach Michael. I didn't get to reach out to you, man. It's been a very busy weekend, but shout out to the Independence Tigers. They did go down, but it does sound they are headed in the right direction. Shout out to Bishop Davis and them punching to the green wave. That's all the credit that I'm gonna give to y'all. For the punch to the green way, y'all got the win. That's all the credit I'm gonna give to y'all. Shout out to Bishop Davis. Shout out to Jacob Robinson. That's all the credit that Poncha 2 is gonna get on this platform. But like I said, my LSU Tigers routed Army. Jaden Daniels looks like he's running away with the Heisman at this point. Southeastern finally got a win. I think that was their first win of the season against Northwestern State. Like I said, we have our boy Xavier out there who is a athlete of Miami Fitness with me and Coach Fleet out there. So shout out to him in the Southeastern Lions, who is my who I am an official alumni of Southeastern University. That's where I played. I'm sorry, that's where I went to school. That was Southeastern. And then just as I said that, I see Miss Siltonese Montgomery, or as I know her, and some as Miss Siltonese McCraney came into this live. The Southern got the win over Bethune-Cookman. I just wanted to put that out there for her in this live. I had to shout the Southern Jaguars out, or I would have got deboed again into saying something about Southern. So I am a Southern fan. I would be at the Bayou Classic. I seen her out there at the tailgate. Like I said, shout out to my Hammer High Tornadoes. We had a great time at homecoming. I seen a lot of people I have not seen in a long time, bro. It was a good time, bro. I got a video ready for y'all, so please stay tuned for that. Like I said, everybody who's just coming into this live, the scores are at the bottom of the screen for the North Shore High School scores. All the Louisiana colleges, including my LSU Tigers, is at the bottom. Like I said, shout out to everybody who's at Hammond High's homecoming on Friday night, man. I got a special video that I did make for us out there. It was lit. Like I said, I seen a lot of my classmates. I seen a lot of people that I'm laughing at Miss Montgomery, Miss McCraney, as the students now know of her. She said, I was listening hard. I know you was listening hard. I got the score at the bottom. I got the Southern score at the bottom, especially for you, But like I said, I am a fan of the Southern Jaguars. I will be at the Bayou Classic like I am every year. I hope our seat is by each other, Miss Montgomery. I'm gonna call you Miss Montgomery because it's rolled off my mouth a little better because that's what I knew you by. And like I said, that's cool. Let me see. It's getting ready to come around. I'm gonna say it again for Miss Montgomery. Just for her, I'm gonna go ahead and put the Southern Jaguars went down and took care of business against Bethune-Cookman, 28-18. Shout out to HBCUs. Grambling was off this week. I checked that score too. The Grambling Tigers was off this week, so shout out to them. But like I said, we had a great time out there at Hammond High School on Friday. It was lit. I'm getting ready to show the video. Just hold on 1 second. Shout out to everybody that's on the live. I see a couple of my classmates of 2011 in this live right now. Shouts out to you. And I also posted a link in our class group page to this live. If you want to come in and tell about your time at homecoming on Friday night, the link is in our group chat. I also posted it on my Facebook page. All you got to do is click the link, follow the directions, make sure you look decent because you are going to be on video, but you have an option of declining the video and only doing audio. But I hope you do the video. It's better for TV. It's better for it's better content. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody that was on that was out there Hammer High on Friday night. And I gotta forgive me. I'm trying to get my lighting right. Lighting is very important for. I'm starting to learn that as well. I'm trying to get better here with my setup and everything. As you can see behind me, I got my Hammer High helmet back there from when I played football. Like I said, we had a time at Hammond High School on Friday night, and we had the after party at J. Rutgers. It was some controversy around that, but we still had a good time at J. Rutgers. a black-owned business. I would not criticize a black-owned business publicly. I am a black-owned business, so I'm not going to criticize another black-owned business. So shout out to Jay Ruckers. I have nothing negative to say about that brother. I have met the owner on a couple of occasions. Like I said, he is a black-owned business, so I would not criticize another black-owned business. I hope they get better. But we had a great time out there at Jay Ruckers and also at Hammond High School. I'm getting ready to show the video of the night we had down there. I'm gonna show it a couple times. So let me go ahead and run through it. I'm gonna show you the video of the time that we had out there at Hammond High School on Friday night. And here we go. This is the time we had at Hammond High School on Friday night. This is a recap video. We had a good time out there. Check us out, baby. Check us out, baby. Forgive me for the language of the music. And like I said, viewer discretion is advised. This is grown adults having fun. Like I said, we had a time at Hammond High School on Friday night, despite all the hates from North Tampa. But like I said, shout out to their homecoming as well. I put the link on my Facebook. Anybody that want to come into this live from Kentwood and the surrounding area, please feel free to do so. Said we had a time. Y'all definitely gonna see me on this video. This is a recap of Hammond High School's homecoming 2023. Enjoyed you too, Miss Montgomery. It was good seeing you. Like I said, viewer discretion is advised. This is grown adults having fun. We do not recommend this to our kids. We do not recommend this at all. Just let you know that. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. This is Hammond High homecoming of 2023. I was out there live. I did a live as well, but it didn't go as well. We all know Hammond High is out there in Robert pretty much, so I didn't have the best service, but we had a good time, man. Shout out to Beacon, man. Shout out to Beacon. Giovanni with the kicks, man. Y'all support him as well. Shout out to Giovanni, man. Shout out to Beacon, man.
I'm playing with my fucking name.
I got my kiss from Giovanni. Shout out to our brother, man. Shout out to the Hammond High alumni. Shout out to the class of 2011. This is a recap video of the time we had out there at Hammond High School, man. Shout out to everybody in the live right now. Leave a comment. If you want to come into this live, I'm going to post the link. Post the link in the comments. Give me 1 second. That's what I'm working on now. But enjoy the video, bro. Like I said, we had a time at Hammond High School on Friday. What's your favorite Hammond High moment? Favorite Hammond High moment? Shout out to David. Shout out to Dave. I think class of 09.
2000, just the whole 2005 to 2009. 2005 to 2009. I respect that.
So look, ain't nothing better than 2011. Ain't nothing better than 2011. Nothing better than 2011.
Double-digit classes don't count, y'all. Don't worry about that.
This is Dr. Cool.
Being
Your favorite Hammond High
my boy
moment.
right here.
Yeah, favorite
I think class of
Hammond High
2012.
White man to ass right here.
We played ball together.
I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a lot of them bitches though, bro. A lot of them, dog. I'm gonna tell you, when we beat Amy. We beat Amy? When we beat Amy. I'll take that. I'll take that. Cause ain't nothing else about football around this motherfucker.
This when they shut us down. Like I said, we had a good time, man. Like I said, nothing. It was no type of fighting or anything, no type of violence that shut us down. It was too late. We was going too hard. The police had said, man, that's much I gotta go home. And this is my class of 2011. You can see me in there going hard. You know, this is my class. This is the class of 2014. I'm sorry I didn't get more of the classes. I do apologize for that. I apologize for not having more pictures of the class. Like I said, we had a time at Hammond High School on Friday night. The link is in the chat on Facebook. It's also on my Facebook page. If you want to share your experience from your homecoming, not only look at me. Hey, I'm in that lit, bro. Like I said, if you want to share your experience from homecoming, please DM me. Shout out to my boy Richard Class 2011. Shout out to my boy Richard Class. Like I said, the link is in the comments on Facebook. Comment to the live. Tell us about the time you had at Kentwood or Hammond High homecoming. Or if you just want to come in here and represent it, if you want to talk sports, come on in here. I would debate anybody about anything. Just know that. This is the after party. We had appearance by Tweety and TJ. After party was lit, bro. Like I said, we had an amazing time, bro. We had an amazing time, bro. We had an amazing time, bro. On Friday night. This is the after party. I'm gonna play the video again in a couple minutes for anybody who's just joining the live, but we can hear it again in this video. Like I said, we had a time, bro. We had a time out there. We had a time out there, bro. We had a time at Hammond High School. Like I said, shout out to the class 2011. Shout out to all the alumni of Hammond High School. Like I said, also Kentwood had their homecoming. And I'm waiting to hear some reports from Kentwood. I seen that they had a good time too, man. Like I said, they came at your boy. You know what I'm saying? They came at your boy, and I had to represent for my school. You know what I'm saying? I posted that, we started this homecoming hype, and everybody got on me. I did a whole live about that already. I'm not going to get back into that because, the North Tangent people feel some type of way. They got all them championships down there, so they think you can't tell them nothing, or they think we can't turn up like they can turn up. So, I'm going to lead out and alone. I already did a whole 2-hour live on that. But like I said, shout out to everybody that's in this live right now. Like I said, all the scores are at the bottom. All the scores are at the bottom from our North Shore High School football all the way up into college to the NFL, which I only cover the Saints as of right now. When I get more time, I may cover more of the NFL. But like I said, the scores are at the bottom of all our high school football. Is at the bottom. Like I said, my Hammond High Tornadoes did not get the win, but we had a good time out there, man. Like I said, shout out to my class 2011. We had a great time, man. But when I debate you, I say Debo you. Man, shout out to Miss Montgomery, man. I love her to death, bro. We need more teachers like that. Shout out to the teachers, all our teachers that we came up with at Hammond Junior High School, all the way up into Hammond West Side. All my teachers. Shout out to Mr. Matthews. If anybody, I would love to get him on here as well. Like I said, if y'all do want to come into this live, the link is in the chat on Facebook. It's also on my Facebook page. Or you can DM me. If you got my number, you can call me. However, whichever way is easier for you to get into this live, I highly recommend you come in here to this live. Like I said, all the scores are at the bottom. Like I said, I just played the video of the Hammond High School homecoming to recap. I personally created that. I'm pretty sure my video might get flagged because of the music. And I just realized that like YouTube is on my case, bro. I'm just letting y'all know right now. I used to do the highlights of LSU, some of our high schools, and even the Saints. But like I said, they flagged my videos on YouTube. So I got to figure out how to get around it. I still have not had the time to figure it out yet. So if anybody knows any different, of how I can get around it, I throw it out on every live. Please let me know. Like I said, we had a time this Friday at Hammond High School, bro. If you wasn't there, you should have been there. And hopefully next year it's gonna be bigger, it's gonna be better. But like I said, shout out to my class of 2011. Put the ones up. Shout out to Keisha Barnes. Man, Keisha Barnes definitely took things personal, and we got things together for our class with the help of some more of our classmates. Like I said, shout out to Giovanni Weary. I got my kits from Giovanni, support his business. He was definitely influential as well in the homecoming. Like I said, support that brother in his business. Like I said, the after party was great. I'm not going to criticize another black business. I am a business owner myself, so I'm not going to criticize another black business publicly. There was some issues, but like I said, we still had a great time. So I recommend, especially, the black community. I wish we would stay away from public criticism of black businesses. A lot of us are first generation business owners, and we are still learning. So I want to put that out there because the brother that owns that business is I think he may have graduated a couple years after me. I think he may be class of 13 or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but I have met him on an occasion. Seems like a very well put together brother. So like I said, give him a break, man. Like, you know, as a business, you learn. I learn every day. I've been in business for over 4 or 5 years now, so I'm still learning, man. Like I said, I still make mistakes and everything. So give grace sometime, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. It wasn't perfect, but we still had a great time. Like I said, it was not perfect. I will say that. I will admit to that. It was not perfect at J. Ruckers at the after party, but give him grace. You know, it's a black-owned business. It's a young brother as myself who's trying to figure business out. So that's why I say give people grace sometime, man. Like I said, for anybody who just joining this live, the scores at the bottom. I'm gonna play that Hammer High homecoming recap one more time for y'all, man. And here we go. We had a time at Hammer High on Friday night. Love you too, Miss Montgomery. Shout out to Hammer High School. This is our homecoming recap. I'm showing it once again for people who just joined the live. Your discretion is advised. Adults having fun. This is not kids in any way. This is adults having fun. Like I said, shout out to Giovanni Weir. Shout out to the class of 2014, man. Y'all was lit out there, bro. I think y'all was responsible for the DJ, so shout out to the class of 2014. We had a time out there at Hammer High School. As y'all can see, man, this is the recap video for thank everybody for joining in North of the Lake. We're gonna be on for a while tonight. Like I said, we got more topics coming soon. This is the Hammer High homecoming recap. Shout out to Mikhail, bro. Shout out to Kale Allen, man. He helped me cook out there, bro. We had broiled meat and everything, man. Had some good food out there, man. My class even brought gumbo, bro. It was wild out there, man. We had a good time, bro. Sorry if you couldn't join. You missed out if you couldn't join the homecoming festivities that we got ourselves into on Friday night. So we tailgated all night. The police had to tell us to go home. Your discretion is advised. This is adults having fun. This is not high school kids. These are adults. Shout out to the class 2011. We was out there deep. Having a high school homecoming recap. Like I said, we had a good time out there on Friday night, man. Welcome in to North of the Lake. As you can see, it was turned.
Shout out favorite Hammer High moment. Favorite Hammer High moment.
Favorite Hammer High moment. Shout out to Dave.
07, 2000, just the whole 2005 to 2009. 2005 to 2009. I respect that.
So look, ain't nothing better than 2011. Ain't nothing better than
2011.
Nothing better than 2011.
Competition classes don't count, y'all. Don't worry about that.
This is Dr. Clue. I need your favorite Hammer High moment, baby.
Yeah,
Give me your favorite Hammer High moment. This is the right man to ask right here.
Damn, I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's a lot of them bitches though.
Shout out to my boy right here.
I'm gonna tell you when we beat Amy. We beat Amy? When we beat Amy. I'll take that. I'll take that. Cause ain't nothing else out about football around this motherfucker.
police had to shut us down, bro. Like I said, it was no type of violence, no type of altercations that caused this. I just want to put that out there. We had a great time, man. They just told us it's too late. Y'all got to go home. This was after the game. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my Hammer High alumni. Shout out to my Hammer High Tornadoes. We did not get the win. This is my class of 2011. 2014 as well. Like I said, shout out to my Tornadoes, man. We did not get the win, but we are with y'all. Win, lose, or draw. Shout out to Coach Buckles. He's doing a great job with the Hammer High School football program. So shout out to him. Hey. Shout out to Keisha Barnes, man. It's my classmate. This is my classmates right here. And this is me acting a plum fool. I told you I was going to act a plum fool at this homecoming. That's exactly what I did. Had a great time. Definitely fit on my stuff here. I got somebody on the shoulder. Shout out to Ricky Tablet, man. He lit the whole night. Shout out to my classmate 2011. Like I said, this video is very favorable to my class 2011. I made the video. Don't get on my case about that. This is the after party between 2 Day and 2 Day, bro. We had a great time, man. We had a great time, man. We had a great time. So like I said, all the scores at the bottom for anybody that just joined the live. All the North Shore scores are at the bottom. Like I said, I just played the Hammer High recap video for y'all. Like I said, leave a comment in my comments on Facebook. Let us know what time, what type of time you had at your homecoming. If whether using Kentwood, whether using Hammond. I'm not aware of anybody else's homecoming. Even I think Amy homecoming was last week. They had a great time. We discussed that on the live. Like I said, shout out to my Hammer High Tornadoes. We did not get the win, but man, let me tell you something. We had a time out there. I do apologize to the football players, man. We had such a great time. Most of us did not make it into the game. I hope next year we have a setup that allows us to have better access into the game. But like I said, regardless, we still had a great time out there at Hammond High School, man. Like I said, we had a great time. More topics are coming. I want to make sure I put on for my school, Hammond High School. Like I said, even shout out to Kentwood. Kentwood was all on our case. You know, they thought that Hammond couldn't have a good time down here, bro. Like I said, we're a little different. We're a little different of a school than what Kentwood is. So like I said, bro, you know, I just wanted to let that be known. But like I said, we definitely showed y'all what's up down here in Hammond, bro. And Hammond, America. We definitely showed y'all what's up. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all know that going forward. You know, you think this year was something, next year going to be even better. I want some Kentwood people to come into this live to tell us what type of time they had down there in Kentwood, man. Like I said, like y'all had a pretty good time down there, man. Like I said, but like I said, we definitely had a great time down here in Hammond High. Not only did we have a great tailgate, we had a great after party. So like I said, shouts out to my Hammond High Tornadoes. Shouts out to them Hammond High Tornadoes, man. We got a lot of topics coming up. Like I said, I'm trying to ease my way into things. Like I said, the scores at the bottom: St. Helena over Springfield, Amite over Albany, LaRonja and Archbishop Hannon had a shootout. LaRonja put up 79 points to Archbishop Hannon's 54. I just need to know what happened out there. Pope John Paul over Independence, Kentwood over Slaughter, Slidell over Covington, St. Paul over Mandeville, St. Thomas Aquinas over North Lake Christian, 20-8. Ponchatoula over Fontainebleau, 32-3. North Shore over Hammond High. Pine took care of business against Jules Sumner. I see Pine's playing a lot of our tangent schools this year. U High, shout out to my cousin Coach Marilyn out there at U High School. They took care of business 60-7 over Glen Oaks, and LSU routed Army, man. It was a big win for LSU, not in the sense of their opponent, but they looked dominant. The defense looked dominant. Jaden Daniels, man. Jaden Daniels, I think at this point is running away with the Heisman, man. Most definitely. I think he is. I think Jaden Daniels is running away with the Heisman Trophy. Like I said, I have his stats coming up in here in a minute. Like I said, I'm trying to milk this homecoming thing for anybody who wants to come into this live and and definitely give us their experience at homecoming out there at Hammond High School, also out there at Kentwood. Like I said, Kentwood was definitely on our case about homecoming. We know y'all have a good time out there, but we can have a good time down here in Hammond as well. You know, and it's no knock to Kentwood, man, but you know, Kentwood, that's kind of what y'all have going on out there. Like y'all take pride in y'all program. Y'all have many championships, so that's like something that y'all look forward to out there in Kentwood. Whereas in Hammond, we are a little more urban of a city. We have a lot more going on out here. Like I said, that's no knock to us. That's no knock to y'all, but that's just what it is. Like if we want to turn up, we can turn up. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we definitely had a great time out there at Hammond High School, bro. And like I said, I can't wait till next year. They had something at 112 today as well. I didn't make that. I spent some time with my son today. Shout out to my son Blaze. We had a fantastic time. Oh man, my son think he grown, y'all. He just think 3 months old. He think he's ready to walk. He think he's ready to talk. He think he can tell daddy what to do. So you know, shout out to my son, man. I'm gonna have him on here one day. But like I said, but we had a great time out there. Like I said, shout out to everybody that's in the live right now. Please leave a comment, man. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think right now. Leave a comment for me. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know the time that y'all had at y'all homecoming. I got I keep peeping. I got Miami and Philadelphia in the background here. This is gonna be a pretty good game. So far, the Eagles are leading 3-0 on the Miami Dolphins right now. I got the score in the background. Like I said, shout out to my Hammond High Tornadoes, man. We had a great time out there. I just played the video for everybody who was not fortunate enough to be in Tornado Alley on Friday night. But I see somebody special just came into the chat. Shouts out to her. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we are talking high school football right now. Tangier football week 8. Like I said, the scores are at the bottom. I'm gonna read the scores one more time for everybody who just joining me. St. Helena over Springfield 44-16. Amite over Albany 38-3. LaRondra went down there and scored all type of points. I don't know what happened in that game. I need a witness out there to make sure that this is the right score. 79-54 against Archbishop Hannon. Pope John Paul over Independence 36-30. Shout out to the Independence Tigers. They are getting better every week. Kentwood over Slaughter 47-13. Slidell over Covington 33-19. St. Paul took care of business against Mandeville 21-28. St. Thomas got the win 20-8. Ponchatoula over Fountain Blue 32-3. North Shore over Hammond 14-0. Pine over Jewel Sumner 28-13. U-High. Shout out to my cousin Coach Maryland out there at U-High. They took care of business 60-7. My LSU Tigers got the win against Army real big. UL went down to Georgia State. Southeastern got their first or second win. I can't remember which one it is, but Southern took care of business. Shout out to HBCUs. Matt Neese went down to Infinite Word and the Saints. You know, the Saints are doing exactly what they've been doing all season, and that's getting our hopes high just to let us down. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad the game was on Thursday night, so I had enough time to calm down and, you know, be logical on this live. I'm not emotional, but the Saints we just look average. The Saints just look average. I'm just being honest with you. Like, you know, we still got a pretty good defense. We still got pretty good personnel, offense and defense, but the Saints just cannot get themselves together. I will talk about that a little later. But like I said, I'm gonna show this Hammond High homecoming video one more time for people who just joining in on the live, and I'm gonna move on. But like I said, we had a time at Hammond High School on Friday night, and here is the video for anybody who missed it. We're gonna start it back from the top. One last time for people. Let me share my screen. I didn't share my screen with y'all this time. Oh, can y'all see it? Can y'all see this? Okay. Yeah, this is Hammond High School homecoming one last time for the people who's joining me. And we're gonna move on. Like, so all them little tangent people said we couldn't turn up, but we had to put on for our city. We had to put on for our city. Shout out to my Hammond High Tornado. Shout out to the class 2011. 2011 people in here now. On the live, shout out to my class of 2011. We had time out there at Hammond High School. I'm gonna let y'all enjoy the video while I get the things together. Boys right here, I'm checking the comments, checking the live right now. I appreciate y'all tuning in. This is episode 6 of North of the Lake with your boy Money Man. We're gonna keep bringing y'all content. We're gonna keep getting better every week. Like I said, this is Hammond High homecoming. homecoming recap video. Like I said, we had a great time out there at Hammond High School. I hope they don't flag my video for the music. I did not think about that. They probably will, but we'll get around there. Like I said, YouTube flag everything I put up. Like I said, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna keep getting better. This is Hammond High School homecoming 2023. Please leave us a comment in the comments, bro. Let us know how you enjoy the homecoming, bro. Let us know. I need some Kenwood people in here. Y'all talked a lot of smack, bro. Y'all made us go hard. Y'all made us go harder than we was even gonna go, you know. Y'all, talking about we ain't never heard of a Hammond High homecoming. Okay. I'm gonna leave y'all alone though. I'm gonna leave my Kentwood people alone. It's like I already made a video for y'all already. And that was earlier this week. So I'm gonna leave Kentwood alone. Like I said, you see, we had a great time out there at Hammond High School. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. What topic would you like to see me cover? Leave a comment. Leave a comment at the bottom. Like I said, shout out to everybody that's in the live right now. Shout out to you. Please leave us a comment. This is Hammond High homecoming on Friday night. We had a time, bro. We had a great time. I didn't bring me no water. I may have to bring me some water here in a minute. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do so. Y'all watch the video. I'll be right back. What's your favorite Hammond High moment? Favorite Hammond High moment? I'm back. I had to grab some water, y'all.
Just the whole 07.
They be hating on class 2011.
2005 to 2009. I respect that.
So look, ain't nothing better than 2011. Ain't nothing better than 2011.
11. Double-digit classes don't count, y'all. Don't worry about that.
This is out the club. I need your favorite Hammond High moment, baby. Yeah, favorite Hammond High moment. This is the right man to ask right here.
Damn. I ain't gonna lie.
Shout out to my boy right here,
A lot of
man.
them bitches though, bro. A lot of them, dog. I'm gonna tell you, when we beat
I said, do the script
Amy,
vibe.
we
These
beat Amy.
adults having fun.
I'll take that. I'll take that. Cause ain't nothing else out about
You
football
already
around
know.
this motherfucker.
Like I said, we were going so hard. The police had to shut us down. There was no violence out here. There was no disagreements. We had a good time. The police said, that's enough. Gotta get up out of here. You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get up out of here. That's pretty much what the police said. Shout out to my class 2011, the best class to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to class 2014. They provide the music. I wish I had more pictures of other classes. Shout out to my girl Shan Watson. We've been cool since elementary. You know what I'm saying? That's my girl. This is some more of my class of 2011. And I'm out here acting a plum fool. One of my classmates was on my neck. We had the battle of the classes, and we had to go hard. This is class 2011. Y'all see me acting a plum fool right here. Shout out to my boy Richard Savage. Shout out to my boy Richard Savage. Burnt the whole time, bro. Hey, my bad for stealing your chair, Richard. My bad for stealing your chair. Right? All good, all feeling good. Hey, man. Just the after party. We had a great time at the after party as well. Yeah, we had Tweet and TJ. I forgot to put TJ's name on there. We had a good time out there at Jay Ruckers. Like I said, let's reserve judgment on Jay Ruckers, man. Let's reserve judgment on Jay Ruckers. Like I said, it has some issues, but like I said, it's a black-owned business. I would not criticize a black-owned business. Things could have been a little better, but like I said, I reserve judgment on Jay Ruckers. Like I said, we had a great time out there at Hammond High School on Friday, man. We really did. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like we was definitely lit out there at Hammond High School. I'm getting text messages now, you know what I'm saying? But we was out there lit, and you know what I'm saying, and we had a great time out there at J. Rutgers. We had a great time out there at Hammond High School. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely had a great time, bro. Like I said, thank y'all for joining this live. Like I said, the scores at the bottom. I'm getting ready to get into my LSU Tigers. I'm getting ready to get into them Saints. Like I said, usually we do Coach Prime too, but Coach Prime them had the week off, like I said. But like I said, we would definitely get into more topics. Shout out to my Hammond High Tornadoes. And you know, most definitely had a great time out there, man. I'm sitting here smiling ear to ear, man. I'm getting text messages. People texting me right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's hilarious. But like I said, shout out to my Hammond High Tornadoes. It was a great time out there. Shout out to my class of 2011. We had a great time, bro. Like I said, man, y'all jump in these comments. Jump in the comments and let me know what type of time y'all had out there at Hammond High School. Did you enjoy yourself? Where my people from Kentwood at? My people from Kentwood was talking all that noise. You know what I'm saying? All my North Tangent people was talking all that noise, bro. Like, where y'all at? I need y'all to come into this live and tell us about y'all time y'all had out there. I seen some of y'all videos. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all had a good time out there, bro. So definitely come into this live and tell me about the time that y'all had out there. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we did our thing out here at Hammond High School. So I definitely want y'all to tell us about y'all time. Like I said, the scores are at the bottom. The scores are at the bottom. You know, so make sure y'all check out the scores, man. I'm trying to put on for our North Shore talent, our North Shore athletes out here in Tangipahoa Hole Parish. It is greatly appreciated, man, that you know me and Coach Fleet was able to train a lot of these guys, man. Hopefully, Coach might come in here a little later. I know Coach Maryland is going to be in a little later as well. Like I said, I knew I was going to spend a lot of time on this subject. So I did tell my analysts, that's what I call them now. I got analysts, you know what I'm saying? We know what we talking about. So like I said, we got analysts on here north of the lake. We got people that know what they're talking about. Coach Maryland is definitely gonna come in at some point on this live. Shout out to the U-High Tigers. They got their win out there against Glen Oaks. Like I said, shout out to everybody that's watching this live right now. Like I said, leave me a comment out there on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? On Facebook, I'm streaming on YouTube right now. If you are on YouTube, let me check my YouTube comments. We don't have anything from YouTube at this point, but like I said, shout out to my class 2011, and shout out to everybody that's on this live right now. I said, leave me a comment on Facebook, man. Leave me a comment on Facebook, and we definitely gonna get with you. Like I said, I am here to debate anybody. Like I said on my Facebook page, I am here to debate anybody on anything. Like I said, eventually I'm going to start moving more towards more topics. Like I said, right now we're covering sports. Like I said, you can check out my YouTube. That's NOTL Mun on YouTube. I have more content. I got some trucking content out there. I got interviews with Jermaine Davis of Hammond High School. He's committed to Southeastern. Go check out that on my YouTube. That's NOTL Mun on YouTube. Also, with us, I have Coach Fleet, an interview with Coach Fleet on there as well. More interviews are coming soon. Please bear with me on that. Like I said, more content is coming soon. Y'all, I'm working hard. Please believe me. Like I said, I do have a day job as well, so I'm focusing on my business. But more content is coming soon. I appreciate everybody who stops me out in public and tell me, you know, that they enjoy the show, man. Y'all are the motivation behind this, bro. Because you know, if I know that y'all watching and I know that y'all love the content, it's gonna make me go that much harder on what I'm trying to do right now. You know what I'm saying? It's all with good spirits. It's all with good intent. It's all with getting that exposure to our area, getting the exposure to our area, you know, getting our athletes and the local talent. Like I said, if you have a business, if you are a business owner and would like to promote your business, this is the perfect place to do it. I will run an ad for you. And you can promote your business free of charge as of now on North of the Lake with Money Mun. Like I said, I'm here for the community. I'm here for our kids. You know, this is all in good spirits. And like I said, we're gonna keep getting better. We're gonna keep bringing you content every week. Like I said, thank y'all for joining North of the Lake. Like I said, I am live on Facebook and on YouTube. Please leave us a comment. The link is in the description and on Facebook. If you want to come into this live, please click that link in the comments. I got it posted in the comments. Click that link in the comments. You can come on here live. You can debate me. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Like I said, we just talked about the Hammond High homecoming. We talked about the Hammond High homecoming, and like I said, we had a great time out there at Hammond High School. And like I said, and Kentwood also had their homecoming, and then they said they had a good time out there. I seen some of the videos. I don't think it was as lit as Hammond Highs, but like I said, I'm gonna give y'all credit. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due, even though y'all want to give us no credit, because I'm fair. I'm gonna be fair down here at Hammond, at Hammond High School. So shout out to everybody that's on this live. Like I said, once again, if you have a business, if you want to promote your business, please reach out to me, bro. It's free of charge. Why not? If you have a business, why not promote your business? Y'all gotta forgive me. I'm actually reaching out. I'm actually reaching out to. I'm actually turning around to see this game behind me, man. We got Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins on Sunday Night Football right now. The Eagles got them 3-0, but it looks like the Dolphins is driving right now. They are in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, if y'all see me turn around, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting ready to get into college football, LSU Tigers and the New Orleans Saints. Like I said, I'm giving some of my Hammond people some time, some of the Kentwood people some time to come into this live right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we had a great time out there at Hammond High School. So shout out to my Hammer High Tornadoes. We did not get the win, but we got the win at the tailgate. I'll tell you that. We got the win at the tailgate, bro. We was out there having a good time, man. It was all good fun. And, we all had a good time, man. We were just enjoying ourselves, bro. It didn't have no fights, no disagreements, nothing of that nature. It was just a good time, man. Like I said, I think they said the same about Kentwood. I think they may have had an altercation with the police out there in Kentwood, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know much about that. That's why I hope some of the people can come into this live that's out there in Kentwood. Like I said, please leave a comment on Facebook. Let us know what happened. Let us know your experience. Let us know how you liking the show. Hey, man, like I said, I debate anybody on anything. Like I said, if you want to come into this live, please know what you're doing if you want to debate me, though. I know my stuff. I know football. I can talk with the best of them, bro. Like I said, ain't too many topics that I can't cover. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you are north of the lake with Money Man. We are live every Sunday at 7 p.m. I'm dragging things along right now because I'm trying to give people some time to come into this live. And I definitely want to hear from Kentwood. Kentwood talked a lot of noise out there in North Tangent, bro. So we definitely want to get Kentwood into this live, bro. Like I said, cause I know we had ourselves a time out there at Hammond High School. So, So like I said, I appreciate y'all joining. I appreciate y'all joining this week's episode. We on episode 6, y'all. We on episode 6, and we gonna keep going. This is every Sunday at 7 p.m. Like I said, thank you for joining the live. If you want to get in on this discussion, the link is in the comments on Facebook. The link is also on my Facebook page. That's Amon Cyprian on Facebook. So if you want to get in on this, man, feel free to do so. Like y'all like y'all scared or something, man. Y'all act like y'all scared to get in this live, but we about to get ready to move on to more topics, or we getting ready to talk about them LSU Tigers. We getting ready to talk about those LSU Tigers. We have a couple playing guests later on. Like I said, Coach Maryland. If Coach Maryland has the time, Coach David Maryland out of U High School will be joining us later to discuss this week's football. He is a fan favorite of the show. Everybody love to hear from Coach Maryland out there at U High School. Them boys out there got some athletes. They got some athletes that can compete with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? I think Coach said that he has about 6 or 7 D1 athletes out there at U High School out there in Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge is floating with talent. You know what I'm saying? It's out there. I mean, it's just a hotbed for recruiting. It's a hotbed for talented athletes. So, like I said, shout out to Coach Maryland and the U High Tigers. They got the victory against Glen Oaks. It wasn't even close. Like I said, I'm still waiting on somebody to tell me what happened with LaRonja and Archbishop Hannon. The score was 79-54. So that means they had to run back kickoffs. They had to just, how do you get 79 points in the high school game and the other team scored 54? So that means no defense was played out there at LaRondra High School. I need somebody to confirm that score for me. Anybody that was out there at LaRondra High School, is that a typo? What happened out there at LaRondra High School? Somebody please leave a comment in the description in on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever you watching this live at right now. Somebody please leave a comment on what happened out there at LaRondra High School. 79 to 54. What happened? Like, I don't even know how that's possible at a high school. I mean, it had to have some scoring. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go on Huddle after this live and look up that and see what happened. I don't think that's the correct score. Like I said, I get these scores off the Louisiana High School sports page on Twitter. So I mean, I hope it say, look at it, say LaRondra 79, Archbishop Hannon 54. I need somebody to confirm that for me. But like I said, shout out to the Independence Tigers and Coach Travis Michael. Coach, I do apologize. I wasn't able to get with you this week. It was a busy week for me. But like I said, you always welcome into these lives. All you got to do is come in the comments, Coach. Shout out to the Independence Tigers. They are getting better and better. I see change coming for the Independence Tigers, man. So like I said, shouts out to them. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to them on their season. It has not been perfect, but they are definitely getting better. So, you know, that's definitely a plus for tangible football. And like I said, I'm looking down to check my comments on Facebook, but that is a plus that the Independence Tigers are getting better at football. It's a plus for the parish. Shouts out to them. Shouts out to the Independence Tigers. Shouts out to whoever's watching, wherever you are watching, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook. Like I said, we had a good time this week at Hammond High School. Looks like Kentwood did their thing out there. Like I said, I'm getting ready to move things along a little bit. I spent some time on covering my Hammond High tornadoes. I spent some time covering, you know, I spent some time covering, you know, pretty much everybody's homecoming. I meet last week, Kentwood, Hammond Highs. And who else had a homecoming? Independence had a homecoming last week. I attended Independence homecoming last week. Like I said, so those are the majorities. I think everybody else is Ponchatoula had theirs, but I don't think they had much going on for their homecoming. But like I said, shout out to all the Tangi athletes, shout out to all the Miami fitness athletes. Shout out to Amani Gilmore. I seen Amani Gilmore out there at Hammond High's homecoming. He is a quarterback at Grambling State University. He is a Miami fitness athlete. We've been training now Amani since he was probably 12 years old, man. We watched him grow up in front of our eyes. So shouts out to Amani Gilmore at Grambling State University. He was at Hammond High's homecoming on Friday, man. It was good to see him. They had a bye week this week, and I confirmed that because when I went looking for their scores, I forgot that I forgot Money told me that. I forgot he told me that their homecoming was on I'm sorry, not their homecoming, but they had a bye week. But it was good to see Money and shout out to his brother Javay Gilmore out there at Mississippi State. I need to check on him and see what he's doing out there. But shout out to both of those brothers. They have trained with us for years, since they was in high school. Or maybe I think Money even might have came in junior high. I think we started with him like in junior high. So shout out to him, man. It's been a long time since we've been dealing with them, man. And it's been a long time since we've been involved with the kids here in Tangipahoa Hope Parish, man. So we're going to continue to do that just as long as we can, just as long as we got breath in our body. It's something that we enjoy to do. But let's get straight to those LSU Tigers. I think I spent enough time. I think I'm boring everybody with this high school stuff. But LSU routes Army, man. I seen the majority of that game. It was pretty much over with from the first snap. LSU did exactly what they were supposed to do against a lesser opponent. Like I said, they came out guns blazing. Like I said, it wasn't much of a competition from the opening snap. My LSU Tigers was in Death Valley against Army. Shouts out to Army. They protect the country. And I didn't know how deep. I was listening to the broadcast against LSU versus Army, and I didn't realize how deep Army. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say, I didn't realize the responsibilities that they had at Army. They are actually active service members, if I'm not mistaken. Like they go through boot camp training or whatever training that the whatever training that the Army has. Army goes through it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize how deep Army really was. I didn't realize that Army really did was service members. But like I said, but like going, just based off the game, like they definitely put up the best fight that they could, but LSU was way too much to handle, man. Like I said, it wasn't a competition. Um, it wasn't a competition from the open snap. I mean, LSU took care of business. Jaden Daniels continues to be the Heisman candidate that he is. He had full control of the offense. I didn't see too many. I might have seen a couple off passes, but that was about it. But everything else was perfection from the LSU Tigers, man. And if LSU keeps getting better, and I think this was a great game for LSU to get some practice. And I hate to disrespect Army like that, but that's pretty much what it was, man. If you watch that game, I watched at least the first the first 3 quarters, 3.5 quarters, and I was like, okay. Like once they brought Nussmeier in, I was like, okay, let me see what he gonna do. But then I kind of changed over to the I think the Washington game I watched after that. I think whoever Washington played, I watched a little bit of that game. But like I said, LSU took care of business from the opening snap, man. Army put up a good fight, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't nearly enough. They was out talented. They was out. Everything. LSU just had the full advantage, man, and LSU did exactly what they were supposed to do against a lesser opponent. Shouts out to Coach Smoke, man. Where you was at for the homecoming, Coach? Where you was at, man? I was looking for you out there, bro. Shouts out to Corey Webb, man, Coach Smoke. Like I said, but them LSU Tigers handle business, man. Like I said, Jaden Daniels continues to impress. It was just an overall, victory. It was just an overall dominant performance. Give me 1 second. I'm responding to somebody on Facebook, but we talking about the LSU Tigers right now. We talking about the LSU Tigers. We talking the LSU Tigers against Army. And like I said, give me 1 second. I'm responding back to some comments right quick. We talking the LSU Tigers. Like I said, from the opening kick, it was just all LSU. LSU got the win 62-0 over Army. I'm gonna read the stats out right quick. Jaden Daniels was 11 of 15, 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And Garrett Nussmeier came in, I think, around the third quarter. He was 7 of 12, 90 yards, a touchdown. Did pretty well himself on the ground. Trey Holly led all rushing, 6 carries for 91 yards. That's pretty good with a 15-yard average per touch. That's pretty good. I mean, I know he had that one long run of 67, which was kind of the outlier. You know what I'm saying? And Noah Kane added 7 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown. Logan Diggs took care of business early, and they sat him early. He took care of business with 6 carries, 26 yards, a touchdown. John Emery got a couple touches. Caleb Jackson continues to impress. Jaden Daniels had a rushing touchdown on the ground, but they didn't let him do too much running as they shouldn't have. I was praying they didn't let Jaden Daniels get out there and start being Jaden Daniels, full-fledged. We didn't need full-fledged Jaden Daniels to beat Army, and I'm glad they didn't let him do that. They kind of held him back a little bit, and I'm glad they did that because we need him going into next week against Alabama. Like I said, Brian Thomas, for the receivers, they had Brian Thomas led receiving, 3 catches, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns. Malik Neighbors was right behind him with 4 catches, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's like they tag teaming this year. I don't know who better, Malik Neighbors or Brian Thomas. Malik Neighbors definitely got that step on Brian Thomas, but Malik Neighbors, but Brian Thomas is not too far behind Malik Neighbors. You got the big physical guy that goes up and get the ball. You got the speed guy. We got Malik Neighbors is kind of more Jamar Chase, and Brian Thomas is more of Terrace Marshall from 2019. Josh Williams added 2 catches for 46 yards. Kyron Lacey added 3 catches, 28. Chris Hilton got in the action. Aaron Anderson saw some action as well. Like I said, the defense was solid from the LSU Tigers, man. Like I said, it was just a full-fledged route of Army. Like I said, shout out to the service members, but they was not ready for LSU. Like I said, we look dominant across the board. I think the most impressive throw of the night is when Jaden Daniels hit Brian Thomas on the run. I mean, he hit him in stride. It was just perfect. Brian Thomas just reached his hands out there, and the ball was like right there. And Jaden Daniels, I think he rolled out to his right hand side and threw a dime to Brian Thomas on the run. Man, it was probably the most impressive pass I've seen of the season from Jaden Daniels, man. It was real impressive throw. Like I said, the offense did not miss a beat. Nobody has really stopped this offense all year, man. To be honest with you, and it's only getting better. This LSU offense is scary, bro. This LSU offense is scary. Like I said, I don't think nobody can stop LSU but LSU. We still have questions at defense. Let's be honest, and let's be honest about this. It was Army. Like I said, our defense did shut out Army. So, but you know, football is football. You know, you can pretty much get lucky and score a touchdown in football. You know, depending on who's in the right position, who misses an assignment. But I didn't see any of that. You know, but you know, the one thing I would say, the Army was running pretty much a principle of, I guess, the triple option. I think that's the offense. Coach Maryland might have to confirm that for me when he get up in here. But I think it's a spread version of the triple option offense. Like I said, they spreaded you out a little more than what the normal triple option offense was. But so, like I said, we didn't get a good look, and we wasn't, well, I can say that the defense, the LSU defense wasn't tested with that offense, but they did shut them out. I didn't see many big plays. That's a positive. Our safety 14, I can't. Andre Sam had 2 interceptions on the night. He looked really good. He was in position all night. Like I said, we did what we were supposed to do against Army. The defense looked strong. I think our defense is getting better, and this is the time to do so as we get ready to face Alabama, and we're gonna cover that topic a little later. We getting ready to face Alabama, man. So hopefully, you know, we take this momentum, and we take the momentum of the defense, because LSU defense is getting a lot better. It has gotten a lot better in the last 2 games, you know. So hopefully we're able to take that momentum into Alabama, because we already know going against Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide, we already know what type of game it's going to be. So hopefully we take this into the next game. I do like LSU chances, and I'm gonna talk about that here in a minute. You know, so you know, we definitely took care of business. Like I said, defense looked strong. I see this team getting better each and every week, and that's kind of the same thing that happened last year with LSU. You know, we had a rough start. We lost a couple. We lost a couple teams we wasn't expected to lose to. Tennessee. Early on, we lost to Tennessee early on. We lost to Florida State early on as well. So this year is kind of lined up exactly how last year lined up. Like I said, that was a very good win for LSU against Army, because it was kind of a practice run coming into Alabama, because you know we're gonna need everybody. We're gonna need everybody in the Lord to beat Alabama next week. You know, as bad as our defense has been, and Alabama got a scrambling quarterback, man. Jalen Miro. He ain't no pushover. He's not the best. He's not the best at he's not the best thrower of the football. He's not the best pocket passer, but he can make plays. And and that's a problem. That's always a problem with defenses, when the quarterback can create, and that's the problem we had with what's his name at the Carolina Panthers right now, Bryce Young. That's the problem we had with Bryce Young at Alabama when we play Alabama. Not the year that we beat them last year, but the year before that. He was creating, he was running around, throwing the ball all around. And so Jalen Milroe can create problems for us. But like I said, LSU did take care of business against Army, 62-0. It was a shutout. I stopped watching around the 3rd quarter. I mean, it was over with as soon as it started. LSU went out there and took care of business. Like I said, it was a stout performance by Jaden Daniels. Let me read off his stats once again. Heisman candidate Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels was 11 of 15, 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Trey Holly came in and he was the leading rusher of the night, was 6 carries for 91 yards. He had that long run of 67 yards. Noah Kane added 40 yards on the ground, and Logan Diggs also a touchdown for Noah Kane. Logan Diggs also added 6 carries, 26 yards, a touchdown. He looks like he's getting better every week, but they didn't give him that much of a load last night because it just wasn't needed. I mean, all the starters was probably most of the starters for LSU was out after halftime. Because we definitely gonna need them next week. Brian Thomas, Malik Neighbors continue to dominate. Brian Thomas had 3 receptions, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns. Malik Neighbors had very similar stats. He had 4 receptions, 121 yards, and 2 touchdowns. For that receiving core, I think LSU has the best receiving room in the nation. With Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors, they continue to impress each and every week, man. So, like I said, just continue. You know, I think we continue to get better. You know, and like I said, Jaden Daniels continues to get better. And I asked myself the question after that Army game: did Jaden Daniels' Heisman chances improve? And I think they did. And I'm gonna tell you why. I was watching that Washington game with Penix. I always forget his first name, but with Penix out of Washington, and he was probably the leading Heisman candidate up until last night. He didn't have that great of a game. Caleb Williams also lost. He went down to Utah. He didn't have he hasn't had a very good 2 weeks. Caleb Williams, who won the Heisman last year. So Jaden Daniels, man. Jaden Daniels looked like he's the clear front runner for the Heisman Trophy right now. He seems like the clear front runner for the Heisman Trophy right now. You know, Caleb Williams took the L against Utah. Penix didn't. I think his name is Michael Penix. Michael Penix didn't have the best game. I forgot who they played, but I watched majority. Was it Stanford? I believe it was Stanford, if I'm not mistaken, that Washington played. Penix didn't have the best performance. And where Jaden Daniels adds value is with his legs. Jaden Daniels is able to have rushing touchdowns and rushing yards on the ground. So I think Jaden Daniels is a clear front runner for Heisman right now. Let's look at his stats for the season. Jaden Daniels is at 2,500 yards. 25 touchdowns, 3 interceptions on the year. And we are a little over halfway through the season right now. Well, we about halfway if you want to include the playoffs and SEC championship game. If LSU can win out, they are definitely in position to be the SEC West champions once again this year. But like I said, Jaden Daniels is killing it this year. He is at 25. I seen a stat on ESPN where they compared him to Joe Burrow. They compared the 2019 Joe Burrow to the current I'm trying to put it to where you guys can understand me. But he's on the same pace that Joe Burrow was in 2019, stats wise. You know, he is in the company of Joe Burrow right now, and that's a very good company to be in on the season. Like I said, he's at 2,500 yards. 25 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and we are only 8 games into the season. And we have 4 more games to go, so he has a lot more stats potentially that he can put up, man. Like I said, that's very impressive for Jaden Daniels. He's second in college football in QBR at 91.7. He is second in college football with QBR right now. His passer rating is 290. Was that rating? That's kind of off. But I see that the NFL and college is a little different what the rating is for the quarterbacks. But he has completed 73 of his passes. On the season he has 73% of his passes completed. That's very, very impressive, man. That's impressive stuff, man. Like I said, and on the ground, he's looking pretty good on the ground as well, man. Like I said, so Jaden Daniels is a front runner for Heisman right now. I don't know anybody who's playing better than Jaden Daniels right now. I think he's running away with it. The only way that he loses this Heisman is if LSU drops a couple more games. I think they can afford to drop one more. Let's say that he, Lord forbid, I would hate to see this happen, but let's see if LSU loses to Alabama and still wins out. I think Jaden Daniels still has a chance to win the Heisman, even if you know, he has that extra loss, but he has to keep playing to the same level that he's been playing. Because like I mentioned in other lives, Lamar Jackson had 3 or 4 losses, and still won the Heisman. Tim Tebow had 3 losses as well at Florida when he won the Heisman. I think Johnny Manziel might have had 2 or 3 himself when he won the Heisman. So losses is not as important as you think. It's about the best player in college football, and I do believe that Jaden Daniels is the best is the best player in college football at this moment. Like I said, I'm pausing a little bit because I'm trying to check my comments on Facebook to make sure that I'm getting everybody's comments. Shout out to everybody that has joined this live. Duty, shout out to Coach Webb, Coach Smoke. Duty call, couldn't get off in time. I got you, man. I was messing with Coach Smoke about not being at Hammer High homecoming. So shout out to him, man. But like I said, I think Jaden Daniels is the front runner for the Heisman Trophy. He will be in New York. I'm not sure if he will end up winning it, depending on how the season goes for the LSU Tigers. You know, and we're gonna pray that he stays healthy. He stays healthy, but man, like I said, he's the front runner right now. I think he has a clear shot at the Heisman Trophy right now. I don't see anybody close to Jaden Daniels. Like I said, Caleb Williams struggled the last 2 weeks. They went down to Utah on last night. Michael Penix didn't have the best game at Washington. Those were the front running candidates. And if anybody knows anybody else that may be in this conversation, let me know. But I think Jaden Daniels is running away with the Heisman Trophy right now. I was hoping that I know why LSU sat Jaden Daniels against Army, because you know the game was over with. He didn't have much else to prove, but I thought they should have gave him a couple more drives to solidify himself with the Heisman, man. And, you know, I know it's a goal of the brother. He's not gonna come out and say it because it's a team sport. You know how if you ever play football, you know, coaches don't want it to be about you, but I think he has a chance of doing something special here. So I thought LSU should have gave him maybe another drive of 2 to maybe get another rushing touchdown, or maybe a little bit more throwing yards through the air. But like I said, I understand why they sat him. The game was over. We need him against Alabama next week. But next week is going to be very important for Jaden Daniels. If Jaden Daniels continues to play the way he has played, and if LSU gets the win and Jaden Daniels puts up the type of numbers he's been putting up all season, then I think he will secure the Heisman Trophy next week. All he has to do is play the way he has been playing this season against Alabama next week in Tuscaloosa, and Jaden Daniels is going to have his Heisman moment next week. And I think he will, because he played well against all competition this year. Even in that Florida State game, he played well enough for LSU to win. The defense just dropped the ball. The coaches dropped the ball against Florida State and against Ole Miss. But Jaden Daniels has not been the reason for the losses at LSU. His defense has let him down significantly. And I said that in a live previous that the defense really dropped the ball for Jaden Daniels. So hopefully, the defense steps up and Jaden Daniels keeps playing the way he has played, because he is the front runner, in my opinion, right now for the Heisman Trophy. Like I said, Caleb Williams has struggled the last 2 games. Michael Penix struggled last night against Stanford. I think they end up getting the win, but he didn't look very good against Stanford. Jaden Daniels has been the most consistent, the most dominant, and the most electric player in college football this year. And please check out my video on YouTube I did before the season with Jaden Daniels. That's NOTL Mon on YouTube. I did a video before the season. Some NFL scouts was calling for Jaden Daniels to be a wide receiver in the NFL, and I pushed back hard on that logic. Please check that video out I did before the season. I was very high on Jaden Daniels before the season. I did a whole video on it. Please check it out on my YouTube. That's NOTL Mon on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe my YouTube videos. I have some content on there. More content is coming soon, but the topic is right now, did Jaden Daniels' Heisman chances improve? And I think they did. I truly do. I think Jaden Daniels' Heisman odds definitely improved against Army. He put the stats up. He got out. He put it up quick and got out of there. Just imagine if they would let him play another quarter. Like, just imagine if they let Jaden Daniels play another. He might have had 500 yards passing, 100 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns on the ground, maybe 4 through the air. And I kind of wish they did. I mean, I know it's Army, and I know we got a big game next week against Alabama, but I really want them to try to push him for the Heisman because I think this is important for LSU. If we have a Heisman winning quarterback this year, it's going to help LSU a lot in recruiting because that's what LSU has been kind of and with the transfer portal because players are going to see that they can come to LSU as a transfer, special quarterbacks, and they can do well, a la Joe Burrow, a la Jaden Daniels. So, LSU has done very well in the transfer portal when it comes to quarterbacks. So I think LSU pushing Jaden Daniels to win the Heisman may be best for recruiting and going forward. Are we going to win a national championship this year? Who knows? I think we have a shot at doing so if we went out. And if LSU is the SEC champions, I think we may we may be the first 2-loss team that makes the playoff. I will go on record to say that if LSU wins out, beats Georgia in the SEC championship, I think we can be the first 2-loss team that makes it into the playoffs because I think the last half of the season, LSU has been one of the better teams in college football. Name a better team, really. I mean, I understand we lost to Ole Miss. We dropped the first game of the season to Florida State, but LSU has been the best team. Maybe I don't see a lot of dominant teams right now in college football across the board. Georgia doesn't even look too great this year. Georgia doesn't even look that good this year. They won the championship last year. Alabama doesn't look that dominant. Ohio State looks beatable. So LSU chances is very good to win a national championship if they let a 2-loss team in the playoffs. But like I said, Jaden Daniels, man, is doing everything that he can to win the Heisman. I think he's the front runner right now, man. Like I said, I read his stats out. He's 2,500 yards on the season at 8 games, 25 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Let me see if I can find his rushing stats. For whatever reason, they don't post the quarterback's rushing stats on ESPN, but I know I gotta dig deep to really see his rushing stats. Okay, here we go. So Jaden Daniels on the season is at 91 carries, 521 yards on the ground, and 5 touchdowns. That's through 8 games. So Jaden Daniels with 500 yards and 5 touchdowns to add to the 2,500 yards on through the air and 25 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. I think he's the Heisman. I mean, Lamar Jackson had a similar season. If Jaden Daniels continues on the pace that he's at, he will be in the Lamar Jackson type of conversation because Lamar Jackson had a very similar season up until this point to Jaden Daniels, and they gave him the Heisman with 3 losses. So I think Jaden Daniels' chances is very good, especially if he goes out here. If Jaden Daniels goes out here and balls against Alabama, I think he has wrapped up the Heisman Trophy because I don't think anybody's close. We don't have a guy this year that's really outside of Daniels. If there's not a guy in college football right now who's really just running away with it like he is, I think Jaden Daniels is the clear front runner for the Heisman Trophy right now. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a comment on Facebook in my comments. DM me if you want to come into this live. Please DM me and I can get you in on this live. Let me check y'all comments on Facebook right now. Shout out to everybody that likes the video. Shout out to, I see my uncles up in here. Shout out to Darren Bristol, Independence alumni. Also UL Lafayette alumni, running back at UL Lafayette. I can't remember what year, but Uncle, if you remember, I know you remember, but leave that in the comment. I can correct myself. But like I said, I think Jaden Daniels' Heisman chances has improved, man. I don't see nobody balling the way Jaden is balling right now, bro. I just don't see it. Y'all leave me a comment in my comments if y'all know somebody who may be in that conversation. Like I said, Caleb Williams went down to Utah and took that L. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Williams went to Utah out there and took that L. So I think, and like I said, the last few weeks, Caleb Williams has struggled, especially statistically. I mean, it's not the reason why he's not the reason why they lost, but statistically, he has struggled the last couple of weeks. So, and also Michael Penix struggled last week. So I think Jaden Daniels, especially with the way he can run on the ground and add rushing yards, I think Jaden Daniels is the favorite for the Heisman right now. And I said, shout out to my Uncle Darren. It was 1996. I'm assuming that's when he was in high school, 1996. Because I remember going to one of them Lafayette games, and I know I was older than 4 years old. So I think that's I think that's class of 1996, the Independence Tigers, a great running back for the Independence Tigers. But like I said, I think Jaden Daniels is a Heisman front runner. I think if he goes out there and balls against Alabama, I think he got a lock on it. I think he has a lock on the Heisman Trophy if he goes out there and balls against Alabama. The stats. Now, let me read the stats for people just joining me. Jaden Daniels. This is Jaden Daniels' stats through 8 games. He has 2,500 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. And on the ground, he's 91 carries, 521 yards, and 5 touchdowns through 8 games. I think he has the potential to get 1,000 yards on the season. And like I said, I was hoping in that Army game that they let him go a little bit longer just to solidify himself in that for the Heisman, because I think that's very important for LSU going forward. I think it's very important that if even if we don't have the best season, even if we don't have, if we don't reach the SEC championship, even if we don't reach the college football playoffs, it's very important for LSU recruiting going forward that Jaden Daniels wins this Heisman. So Brian Kelly should make it his business. The offensive coordinator should make it his business. Mike Denbrock should make it his business to get Jaden Daniels that Heisman, because guess what? Other quarterbacks are going to see that they can be successful in LSU offense. So guess what? We should be able to take better advantage of the transfer portal. So that's why it's very important that Jaden Daniels at least gets a shot at the Heisman Trophy. And I think he's well on his way. I don't see anybody balling like Jaden Daniels. This is a weird year in college football because it's not real great quarterback play anywhere in the country right now outside of LSU. Your boy Michael Penix is down there balling at Washington. Dion's son, Shadir Sanders, is balling, but I think they got way too many losses for him to be in the Heisman conversation. And Caleb Williams is not having the best season right now, so it's not a lot of people balling this year. So I think that's why Jaden Daniels has a clear shot at the Heisman Trophy. I don't see anybody doing what he's doing. He's having a Lamar Jackson type of season, and I don't think people is really giving him his credit the way they should be giving him his credit this year, man. He is really doing something special at LSU. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think he's almost at this point where he's running away with it, especially if he goes out there next week in Tuscaloosa. We may have a bye week. Do we have a bye week? I haven't checked that, but usually we have a bye week before the Alabama game. But I think he has a great chance if he goes out there and balls against Alabama. They're gonna hand Jaden Daniels a Heisman, just like Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow Heisman moment was that run on 3rd down to seal the game against Alabama. Everybody remembers that run. It's maybe like a 15-yard run, but they got a 1st down and it kind of sealed that game for LSU. And that was his Heisman moment. It was a very simple play, but it sealed the game against Alabama. Alabama tried to make a late comeback in that game. But like I said, I saw a graphic on ESPN. They compared the season that Jaden Daniels is having to 2019 Joe Burrow's Heisman season, and it's like they are step for step as far as numbers goes through the air. But Joe Burrow wasn't that guy. Joe could run that thing, but he can't run like Jaden. Like Jaden Daniels is a special talent running the football. I compare him to Lamar Jackson. I said Jaden Daniels is a better thrower of the football than Lamar Jackson. Now, is he more electric? Is he more agile than Lamar? I would say no, but he may be smoother with it. Like, he knows when to run, he knows when to pass. And only thing about Jaden that I would say that differs him from Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels doesn't know how to avoid contact. Lamar is very good at that. People don't realize that, but he hasn't really been hurt a lot of his. In the NFL he has. He had but for a running quarterback, even in the NFL for a running quarterback, Lamar has been pretty healthy. And so has Jaden. So has Jaden Daniels, but I would say that's the difference between the two. Lamar is a little bit more slippery than what Jaden Daniels is, but not by much. I think Jaden may have faster, straight ahead speed than what Lamar has. Lamar is more agile. He can move side to side. He can cut maybe a little better than Jaden can. He's a little more elusive. But I think Jaden Daniels is a better thrower of the football than Lamar Jackson. So, and he's the numbers he's putting up is very similar to the season that Lamar Jackson had and won the Heisman with 3 losses. So all these people in the SEC group chat that I'm in that's saying Jaden Daniels can't win the Heisman because he has too many losses. Well, Lamar Jackson had 3 losses when he won the Heisman. Tim Tebow had 3 losses when he won the Heisman. And LSU is sitting there too with the possibility of winning out. I think it's very, very, very logical and very, very possible that LSU can win out, especially the way the offense is playing, the defense is coming along. So I like Jaden Daniels' chances to win the Heisman right now. I really do. I like Jaden Daniels' chances to win the Heisman, man, because like I said, I don't see anybody in the country balling the way that he is balling right now. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If y'all watching this live, leave a comment. Let me know. Like, am I tripping or what? Like, or do y'all know anybody else having a better season than Jaden Daniels? Let me know, because I see the dude balling right now. I'm gonna read the stats one more time for y'all. One more time. Jaden Daniels is 163 completions to 223 attempts, 2,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and on the ground, he adds 91 carries, 521 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's averaging 5.7 yards a run, which is a slight increase from last year. Last year, he finished the season with 885 yards, 11 touchdowns on the ground, and he's on pace to do that and more. So, I just think that he is solidifying himself. Like the key moment from one of the most impressive moments from the game, from the Army game, is when he rolled out to his right-hand side and hit Brian Thomas in stride. It was a beautiful pass. This is one of the best throws on the run I've ever seen, to be straight up honest with you. I know Joe Burrow gave us a lot of those good throws on the run, but I mean, man, it was impressive. It was an impressive as a throw I seen all season. Rolling to his right, he hit Brian Thomas and scribe, man. So I think Jaden Daniels is a clear Heisman front runner. If you disagree, let me know. And if you want to come in and debate me on this live, the link is, if you scroll up in the comments on Facebook, the link is in the comments on Facebook. And if you're watching on YouTube, I can shoot it over to you on YouTube as well. If you want to come in here and tell me different, let me know. Because like I said, I don't think I'm tripping at all. I watched enough college football to know there's not many players playing better than Jaden Daniels at this moment. Like I said, Caleb Williams went down in Utah. He didn't have the best game against Utah. Had some interceptions in that game in the week before as well. I don't think he played his best. So and Michael Penix, I think they played Stanford if I'm not mistaken, and he didn't. I watched most of that game. He didn't do too well either, and he doesn't add the dynamic ability on the ground like Jaden Daniels has. So. And Shadir Sanders could have easily been in this conversation, but he has too many losses. I don't think they'll give it to a guy that finishes the season. I think Colorado is going to finish the season like 6-6 or maybe 5-7. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Colorado is teetering on not making the bowl game. All the hype that they had coming into the season, that they are teetering on not reaching a bowl game. So when it comes to the Heisman and Jaden Daniels, I think he is the front runner. Please refer to my video on YouTube. That is NOTL Mon on YouTube. NOTL Mon on YouTube. Like I said, please check out my video I did on Jaden Daniels before the season. It had a NFL scout saying that Jaden Daniels. It had an NFL scout saying that Jaden Daniels is going to be looked at as a NFL wide receiver. And I'm like, there's no way that a quarterback of his magnitude can just transition over to receiver in the NFL. Like, that's something that you already got to have in you, especially a position at receiver that's so technical. And you know what I'm saying? Does he have the athletic ability to play receiver? I'm pretty sure he does, but Jaden Daniels probably played quarterback the majority of his career. So I was kind of taken aback by that article that I seen on Twitter. Like I said, I did a whole video on that. I'm not going to get too deep into that. Please check out that video on YouTube. That's NOTL Mon on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe. But I did a whole video on Jaden Daniels before the season, where I'm kind of giving him his flowers. I kind of knew he was going to have this type of season year 2 in Mike Denbrock's offense. Like I said, Jaden Daniels is the Heisman front runner right now, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, so definitely shouts out to Jaden Daniels. I'm trying to read some of my comments here And I'm also checking out. Oh, the Philadelphia Eagles has taken the lead 17-3 over the Miami Dolphins, man. This is a game that I'm definitely interested in. Like I said, it's 17-3 Philadelphia Eagles almost into halftime, I believe. This could potentially be a Super Bowl matchup right here that we watch. I'm watching behind me right now. But like I said, I do think Jaden Daniels is a Heisman front runner. He has the ability to run away with it against Alabama if he just goes ahead and out there and play the way he has been playing so far this season. So like I said, shouts out to Jaden Daniels and the LSU Tigers on last night, taking care of business against a lesser Army opponent. Like I said, man, but like I said, Jaden Daniels, Heisman front runner, bro. I'm all for it. I called it before the season. You can go check some of my tweets on Twitter. You can go check my video I did on Jaden Daniels. Like I said, that's NOTL Mon on YouTube, man. Like I said, but we're gonna move on from that topic. Like I said, I may joins us a little later. But like I said, and my next question is, has the LSU defense arrived? I do believe so in a sense. I think they are playing more sound football than they did in the beginning of the season. They are definitely playing better football from the week 1 up until now. We're going into week 9, I do believe, against Alabama. I think this is a much better LSU defense. We have a lot more room for improvement, though. You know what I'm saying? I still think we lack some of the personnel, especially in the secondary. We just don't have talented enough guys. The guys aren't talented enough to compete in the SEC. But one thing that can cure or at least mask that is if the D line get pressure. Like I said, we have 2 All-Americans. We have 2 preseason All-Americans on LSU defensive line, and they have still not reached expectations. If you ask me, I thought they was going to be dominant on the historic level coming into the season. But like I said, I think the defense has it arrived. I'm not exactly sure I can say that they arrived, but I do think they are getting better. Like I said, I still don't think we have the talent in the DB room to stop anybody consistently, to be honest with you. But like I said on previous lives, all this LSU defense has to do is get 2 stops and a turnover every game. If they can get us 2 stops and a turnover, I think we can beat anybody. Now, the score may be 45-28, but we'll take that right about now. You know what I'm saying? A win is a win. You know, this is a new age and era of college football. Nobody really going to stop anybody. I don't see any dominant defenses this year. Georgia doesn't even look that dominant. Alabama doesn't even look that dominant. Like I said, I don't see a dominant team. That's why I say this is LSU chance to sneak into the national title game. Because if LSU wins out and sneaks into the SEC championship game, beats Georgia, I think we will have a great case for making the college football playoffs. Now, that's going to depend on a couple things. It's going to depend on how the Big Ten shakes out. It's going to depend on how the Pac-12 shakes out. Is Washington? Well, Washington got that L last night, didn't he? I think they did. I got to check that. I watched that game, and I can't remember how it went, but a couple of those Pac-12 teams are going to have to take another L. Notre Dame is going to have to take an L for LSU to get in, because you know they always going to favorite Notre Dame over anybody. I don't know why. They never have a great schedule. They never have a good strength of schedule, but some type of way they'll just throw Notre Dame in the national in the playoff and just see what they can do. I don't know. They always favorite Notre Dame for some, maybe because it's a Christian school. God bless them, but they not. I'm not gonna lie though. This year, this Notre Dame team is for real, because they probably have the best quarterback I've seen at Notre Dame since I've been watching football. Now, y'all can go back to such and such days. I don't know all about all that, but like I said, I do think this is a good Notre Dame team. But this LSU defense, man, they are better, most definitely, than they were a couple weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So this team can surprise some people. And not many teams can beat LSU. I think even if we go back to week 1 against Florida State, I think if this LSU team met that Florida State team a little later in the season, I think it's a different outcome. I truly believe that. I think if this LSU team meets that Florida State team a little later in the season, it's a different outcome because our offense is clicking on all cylinders. Our defense is starting to come around. But like I said, I seen the pass rush. It was against Army. We only had 1 sack against Army, but that's pretty much what you expect against the type of offense that Army runs. But it was sound defense. I seen people reading their keys, not missing assignments. It wasn't many missed tackles. I think we tackled the best we have all season against a triple option team. But like I said, we definitely took care of business against an opponent we were supposed to take care of business against. But like I said, the defense is coming along. Has it arrived? Well, we're gonna find out next week against Alabama. And Alabama doesn't have a very explosive offense. You know, they got one of those quarterbacks where you got to cover the whole field. You got to make sure you stick with your man because he can run, he can scramble, he can run around. You know, that's always can create a big play. But that's kind of the basis of Alabama's offense all year is Jalen Miro. He scrambles to throw the football. He can take off as well. He's a very talented athlete. But I do think that we have a good chance to beat Alabama because I think we have the more explosive offense. I think we have the more capable offense. So that defense is really going to have to show up next week against Alabama like they have been the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I think the LSU defense has gotten better. I'm not sure if the LSU defense has arrived. I mean, arrived mean like Tyrann Mathieu, Morris Claiborne, Eric Reed, Kiki Mingo, and all these dudes here, bro. I don't know if we quite that. But well, we're not even close to that. That'd be an insult if I said we was even close to that. But like I said, I think they are getting better. They just got to do enough. When you have an offense like this 2023 LSU offense with as talented of a quarterback as Jaden Daniels is, I think that you can beat anybody. And you can't. And Brian Kelly and his staff cannot waste this opportunity. I'm not sure if we can get another Jaden Daniels. We've been lucky to get Jaden Daniels. To be honest with you, we was very lucky to get that type of quarterback, and he is flourishing in Mike Denbrock's system. And I think we all can see that Garrett Nussmeier has talent, but he is not as creative and explosive as Jaden Daniels is. I mean, he could be a great quarterback for us next season if he is the quarterback. But I do think we was blessed with Jaden Daniels. We was blessed having Jaden Daniels on the getting in that transfer portal because he is a special player. We're getting ready to bring Coach Madeline in. I'm gonna give him a little time. Coach, I don't see your video up yet. As soon as I see your video, I'm gonna bring you in here. But I just talked LSU. We definitely gonna get your see what y'all boys out there in U-High did on Friday night. Y'all welcome in Coach Madeline to the show. Coach, what's going on, Coach?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I had a good time out there at our homecoming at Hammer High, bro. Man,
I saw that, man. I saw him in America was getting down, man.
Man, listen, bro. I didn't leave nothing. I ain't leave no stone uncovered, man. I just, bro. Look, I turned up, man. I was beside myself, bro.
Yeah,
I'm getting text messages now, bro. You know what I'm saying? I might have went a little too hard, Coach. Yeah. I might have went a little too hard. I got some people mad over here, man. But man, look, bro. But we had a good time, man. Oh, man. So tell us about what y'all boys did out there at U-High. I seen the scores at the bottom, and you texted to me. Y'all had Glen Oaks, man. Tell us about that.
I mean, it was, you really know the man. The game was really over, probably the beginning of the second quarter. We started running clock early, man. Glen Oaks, man, it's just kind of it's just a situation, man, where, it's hard to keep kids in that district, they be spreading out, going to different schools and all that, man. So Coach Jones, who's the new head coach, he's a Glen Oaks alum. I talked to him a little bit. We played him in JV on Monday. He said one of the main things he's trying to do to, try to sustain the program and try to keep his kids in the area, but, when you're not winning and, your school is not a A or a B school, parents tend to pull their kids, and bring them somewhere else. So it's gonna be a long road for them, man. But our kids did what they had to do, man. They went in there, they play physical, they play fast, they try to hurry up, the rule is at high school football, man. Once you get up 42-0, it's a running clock. And I think I think we got up. I think it was like 39. That probably was like maybe 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Man. Then they started running the clock and stuff like that. So it was good to get some of the young kids some action, little varsity action. Man. And main thing, like I say every week, man, we came away healthy, no serious injuries. So we move on, get ready for collegiate next Friday. Then after that, we play Parkview in the pivotal matchup, probably for the district championship.
Okay. Hey, man, how's Parkview? Parkview still pretty good out there. I haven't heard anything from them.
They're not the same from when I was there. It's a lot of changes that's happened. They do have a new coach. But it's Parkview. It's still the name.
It's still
But
yeah.
it's not the
definitely
same.
still ring.
Correct.
When I hear, in our days when we was playing and we was out there coaching, and Parkview was the kind of team to beat. I think they was in 3 back in the day.
Correct.
They was kind of the team that Independence had to always overcome, maybe even aim meet sometime. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
But y'all are playing Parkview for the district championship next week. You said?
Week after next. Yeah, we have Collegiate of Baton Rouge next Friday.
Okay.
And then following Thursday, it'll be senior night at U High. We play Parkview.
Okay. Like I said, man, we had a good time out there at Hammer High Homecoming. My tornadoes did go down, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. We had such a good time. We didn't even go to the game, man. We were just out there turning up the whole time.
Yeah.
Out there at Hammond America, bro. We had a great time, man. But shouts out to y'all out there at U High. We got Coach Maryland, passing game coordinator at U High on right now, fan favorite. We definitely get requests for Coach to come in on here and give his insights. Coach, I was just talking to them LSU Tigers, man. Did you get a chance to see our LSU Tigers against Army?
I did, man. They play good in all 3 phases. I was telling a buddy of mine, man, I think it's important for every school to play against a triple option offense. To learn the reads, how to stop the pitch guy, the dive guy, stuff like that. So I'm a fan of it, me personally. I did say, once I'm blessed to have my opportunity, I would love to schedule a team that run the triple option. Because when I was at Catholic, man, I thought we played Curtis. I think every year I was there, we played John Curtis. Actually, we played him 3 out of the 4 years I was there. And, man, it was just how relentless and fast our defense was, man. They was on top of everything. Now, one year they did get us, though. 2018 year in the Dome. Curtis, they did get us. Yeah. Man, that counter option, man, it was hard to stop, man.
It's hard to stop.
They ran for, like,
and especially
exaggerating.
And especially,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said it's hard to stop, especially on the high school level, because
absolutely.
You have some guys that may not be as disciplined, that may not read their keys the right way.
Right.
It's very hard to stop on the high school level. And Curtis, are they still running that same offense? As long as that's like I don't know with JT Curtis. I mean, I guess he's just a believer in that system.
Right.
It's especially good against with a team that may not have the most talented skill position.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you got a guy that can run, you'll be all right in as far as high school go. But I noticed with LSU last night, they almost played it as well as I ever seen anybody play it.
Yeah.
I don't think I seen one big play. And I stopped watching maybe like beginning of the 4th quarter when they put Nussmeier in.
Mm-hmm.
But man, like I said, I was impressed. I was really impressed, man. But my takeaway from that game, like you said, the defense looked like they was in position.
Right.
That's what made the difference. I think the defense looked like they was in position from beginning. I mean, from beginning to end, it was a dominant performance. Bro, did you see that throw that Jaden Daniels made?
Yeah, when he scrambled through the BT.
Oh man, that might have been player of the year for LSU.
Yeah.
I mean, because he threw it and it was like perfect.
Yeah,
it's like he reached his arms out. It was right there, man. So all these people talking about, I did a whole video on it that Jaden Daniels might be a receiver in the NFL. Like some scouts are scouting him as a receiver. I'm like, man, like you really gonna let this brother play receiver at the type of athleticism he has at quarterback?
Right. I think the main thing is whoever get their hands on Jaden, it has to be the right system for him. It got to be the right coordinator, that'll fit around him. Because I know the NFL, they like to do a lot of pro style stuff. But I was watching Baltimore play today, man. It's crazy to see how
I did too.
Lamar Jackson adjusts to Todd Monken, his offensive system. I think one of the main things I heard in the offseason with Monkey say he want to make Lamar Jackson a better pocket passer. And man, I was looking at some of the throws and stuff he was making. It was times, man. Probably last couple years before Todd Monkey got there, it was like 8 out of 10 times, man. If Lamar Jackson didn't see nobody, bro, he was taking off running.
He was running that thing.
And man, now you see him, man. He just sit in the pocket. He'll do a little scramble drill and he'll wait, to somebody get open. To improve him there. So I thought that was a big plus I took away from watching them beat Detroit today.
Man, I watched that too, and I was taking, and honestly, he might have scrambled, and I started watching that kind of early too because they handled business early in there. It got like the 28-0, but I didn't see him scramble too many times.
No,
he may have scrambled for a first down, went down and slid, but Lamar Jackson is not the Lamar Jackson that we used to anymore. I think he has taken that step because I think he's thinking more longevity now.
Right.
But Jaden Daniels definitely reminds me of Lamar. But this is my take on Jaden Daniels, and I'm gonna get into his Heisman chances. Next question. So in the next topic, we're gonna talk about that. But I compare Jaden Daniels to Lamar, but I think Jaden Daniels is a more pure thrower of the football than Lamar is. I truly believe that. I mean, Jaden has some throws like, well, yo, he can tightrope some stuff when he wants to. Now we've seen him struggle with the deep ball at times, but I have not seen that in this latter part of the season, bro. I mean, he putting some balls on some people.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And you go back to Todd Monken's offense. But did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
You go back to the offense that Lamar is running right now. If somebody can put Jaden in that type of offense where he still got the read option kind of principles to it, he can either run it or throw it. And I love what they do. I think LSU should do this more with Jaden. They'll roll Lamar out, and it's like, okay, the defense got to make a choice. Are we gonna let this fool just break out running on us? You know what I'm saying? Or is we gonna worry about this receiver that's squeaking across the field on a deep post or something like that? I don't know what principle they really ran with that, but it's like I seen him run it multiple times, even last year. It's like roll him out, and now you got a choice to make. Is you gonna stop him on the ground, or is you gonna stop him through the air?
Right.
And it's like it's a play that he usually wins, and I would love to see LSU implement that with Jaden Daniels, but not to get too carried away with Jaden Daniels going to the NFL or not, but I just think LSU is a lot better team than they was week 1 against Florida State. I think they're a lot better team than we was against their loss against Ole Miss. Like I said, the defense is coming along, bro. This is like maybe the third week that they shown improvement. And like I said, 2 stops and a turnover is gonna win every game from LSU going forward. 2 stops and a turnover. And like I said, we got Bama next week. We're going to get into that as well. But this was a great practice. And I think, do we got a bye next week?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know it's usually a bye week before Alabama game. So we got that practice running. We also going to get some rest. So, all those players that's nicked up, they should come back as well. But I think this was a great practice run. Like I said, against triple option. It's keys, is doing your job, not nobody else. You got to be very, when I was in high school, bro, I want to say 70% of the offenses ran that when I was in high school, or some principle of that. It may be multiple triple option, it may be triple option, it may be wing T, but most teams ran some type of, ground rear run heavy offense like that when I was in school. So it was always like you got to know what to do. You got to do your job, and I think that was a good team, like you said, for LSU to play to get the assignments right. Because, like I said, I still don't think that we are I still don't think we're a very talented defense, but I think they can get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
But one question, bro. Like, I watched college football over this week. Caleb Williams struggled. Michael Penix struggled. And who was now Bo Nix? I didn't see what Bo Nix did, but I think
they won. I think he threw. Bo Nix. I know he threw 2 touchdowns for sure. Okay. I don't know his stat line, but I do know he did throw for 2 touchdowns.
But the reason why I asked you that question, do you think Jaden Daniels' Heisman chances improve after the performance against Oregon, especially Caleb Williams struggled? I think Shadur Sanders is out the conversation now. I think they got too many losses. Michael Penix struggled a little bit, and Jaden added as another part of his game, which is being able to scramble like I said, I read his stats. Let me read you Jaden Daniels' stats for the season, cuz Jaden Daniels is 163 completions to 223 attempts. He is at 2,573 yards through the air, 25 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. And he also adds on the ground 91 carries, 521 yards, and 5 touchdowns through 8 games right now. I don't know if I see somebody playing better in the country right now, whether it's a quarterback, running back, receiver, whatever the case may be. I don't know if I see somebody playing better than Jaden Daniels right now.
I agree. Man, I think has he improved his chances? I think so, but time will tell November 4th. And I'm kind of scared of that, man, because you're giving Nick Saban 2 weeks, man.
Yeah,
like, you're giving him like 2 weeks to solely focus on what LSU do, offensively, stuff like that, man. That could really be a sticky situation. Now, if he go up in there and lay an egg, I mean, then you got to put. It depends on what Michael Penix do. Man, I stayed up till like almost 1 o'clock. I was watching that game too, man. And I was very surprised at how Washington played against Arizona State.
That's who it was. Arizona State. I said Stanford. I couldn't remember who they was playing. Yeah,
it was Arizona State, man. And I was like, man, I was surprised, but I think your chance has improved though. I saw that they put the stats, compared him and Burrow stats.
Yeah, I seen that. I said that earlier. I mentioned that a little bit before you came on. Go ahead and say it.
And I was looking. I was like, well, damn, boy, they kind of neck and neck. But you got to remember too, man. Burrow, he went there, like you said. He went there. He beat Bama. I think he really solidified his spot when he beat Bama. So I think time will tell with that with Jaden Daniels. I'm sorry. So if he go up in there and put up some, it only had to be like outstanding stats. Honestly,
he just need to win.
Go up in there and just win. And just come through for like crucial moments, then I believe he'll get an invite to New York. I truly do believe that.
And I'm not even sure if he need to win. Now, a win is going to solidify. A win and a big time performance is going to solidify his Heisman next week, in 2 weeks in Alabama and Tuscaloosa.
Right.
I think if he just goes in there and puts up some big time stats, keeps it close, and let's say, Lord forbid, because that'll ruin my weekend. But Lord forbid, if we go down to Alabama and he still finishes strong, I don't know, because I don't think people realize the season that Lamar Jackson won the Heisman, he had 3 losses. And I don't think Louisville even won the ACC that year. I don't think they did. I don't think Clemson won the ACC that year. I'm pretty sure Clemson. Either Clemson or
that's a good question.
I think it was 2015, 24. It was somewhere up in there. It might have been earlier than that. Honestly, it could have been earlier than that. But that season, Lamar Jackson and Tim Tebow is another example of that. I don't think Florida went to the SEC championship that year, but he had such a, Tim Tebow had that Tebow effect pretty much, where everybody loved him. He was a Christian, he did all the right things, and his performance. I mean, don't get me wrong, he balled the year he won the Heisman, but like I said, his team didn't have the greatest success.
Right.
That's why I think Jaden is in the driver's seat, man, because all he has to do is just ball against Alabama. Now, I truly believe if he balls against Alabama, I believe LSU is gonna get the win.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe this year we're more talented of a team, because Alabama, name one of their receivers right now. Can you now don't get me wrong, you watch football more than the average college football fan. Me and you probably both, right? And we analyze it a little better. But can you name a receiver on Alabama right now?
They got a solid with Jermaine Burton. I think he's number 11. Is he from
the boot?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? It's why I remember they had a boot guy went over there.
Yeah, but Jermaine Burton, man, he's solid. Like he the one kept him in the game yesterday. So he pretty good. So I give him that. But I think that's the only big time receiver that they got, honestly. Now they got cats around them. Around Melrose. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see, man. But the only thing I'm like just scared of, you give it Nick Saban 2 weeks, man.
2 weeks. I think they should stop that. To be honest with you, I would rather just roll up in there. Let's play some football. I don't want Nick Saban to sit there and have to think about it and sit there and game. I think that's something that LSU should should look into. But I kind of understand it. They always schedule it like that because that's LSU, Alabama. No matter how good or bad LSU is, or how great Alabama is, because Alabama doesn't have a lot of down years, but that's always probably the biggest game of the season.
Yeah.
Regardless of where LSU is, regardless of where Alabama is, it's always the biggest game, probably the most watched game of the college football season. So Jaden Daniels is going to be on prime time TV. It's going to be a 7 o'clock. I'm probably going to throw a party over here, more than likely.
I think that's what we're going to end up doing.
Yeah, you know what we got to do? You know what we got to do, cuz? What is we might do? We might both need to go live, and I can see what I can do, just like you, just like we on the screen now. I can give, and that's only if you wanted to. You know, I know things might get a little out of control, but like, you know, definitely we gonna lose. You gonna hear some MFing and all that type of stuff over here. You know what I'm saying? But I might go live and just how you can see my couch. But I might just go live. I'm have my pops over here. I might just go live and just do a reaction. Just
okay.
We can get some updates. Maybe during a commercial break. I think that'll be dope if we can pull that out.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's gonna be prime time, man. But let's say, you know, I think we done covered the Jaden Daniels thing. I think Jaden Daniels is the front runner right now, in my opinion, on coach. I really do believe that. I think Jaden Daniels is the front runner. So right now, y'all, we with Coach Maryland of U High School, passing game coordinator, U High School, very, very intelligent on many subjects, but is a football expert, you know, in my opinion. Like I said, we just discussed this Jaden Daniels Heisman chances improved with Caleb Williams struggling. And also Michael Penix didn't have the best game. Bo Nix, I don't know if he's gonna have enough juice to be in the conversation, but he is playing very well too.
If I had to rank them, if you do like a top 4 or 5 after this week, you'd probably go with Jay Daniels, Michael Penix, Caleb Williams, and then you probably throw Bo Nix up in there, and then a running back from Michigan. I'm sorry, I was watching the game, and
I know you're talking about. I don't know his name either.
Blake Crum, the running back for Michigan.
Okay,
that'll probably be my top 5.
And you know, it's like Michigan is flying under the radar. This shit, like nobody's talking about Michigan.
They are,
but they could very well win a national championship this year.
Yeah,
they may be the most complete team in college football this year. Top to bottom, defense, offense. Like Michigan is a sleeper, bro. And I don't think nobody giving them their credit because I think they may get Ohio State again this year.
They might.
I think they might get them again.
That's gonna be a really good game.
That's gonna be a really good game because Ohio State doesn't look as explosive as they usually do. They don't have that athlete, that quarterback they didn't have like the last couple years. You know what I'm saying? Where they went from Justin Fields right along to your boy over there balling in the Texans right now. CJ Stroud. So they had some back-to-back, just athletic, just on a dime, can throw it with the best of them type of quarterbacks. And now they kind of, I can't remember their quarterback's name right now, but he doesn't look like the quarterbacks of the past. He's kind of pocket guy, not really going to create or do anything like that. So Michigan is looking pretty good over there, man, sitting over there. But like I said, I agree with your list, but I'm about to check him out, man, because I don't see Michigan on TV. I don't think I've seen him on TV once this year. I don't think I see their highlights, but
yeah, I don't think, you know what, that's good. I don't think I've seen them. I don't think they've been on primetime, honestly. If they did, I haven't really paid attention to them.
Because you know how the Big 12, the Big 10 is. It's not a lot of big games outside of Ohio State when it comes to them. Right. I mean, this, you know, I haven't heard from Wisconsin this year. I haven't heard from any other big team but Michigan and Ohio State, and I barely heard from those two.
But like I said, Wisconsin yesterday, they beat they had to come back and beat Illinois.
So that should tell you where they at right now. But I think they're gonna get there though.
Yeah,
because with Wisconsin, for whatever reason, I don't know, they keep a running back out there and they keep an offensive line. So that's always a recipe for Lisa. You know, a late December bowl. You know, they used to be somewhere in that. And like I said, moving along, man. We kind of discussed the LSU defense. We don't have to spend too much time on this topic. But do you think the LSU defense has arrived?
I wouldn't say arrived just yet because of, you know, I mean, you gotta look at who they play. They play Army. You know, Army really don't have like the top, like the 4 and 5 star prospects. You know, I respect what they do, man, because actually we have a few kids that when I was at Catholic that's on their roster. We have 4 kids that's on their roster. And one of them started He started guard Connor Finucane, number 60 for Army. So I respect what the military do, what those guys have to go through and all that, but they just don't have like that top tier talent. You don't see like those top kids want to go to Army and Navy and all that. But I think LSU, the talent that they have, I thought they was good enough to stop the triple option, which I ain't gonna lie, I was really impressed. Impressed by that. And maybe Pete Jenkins had something to do with that. They just hired him back. That was one of the things defense they was concerned about was stopping the run. And I think with Pete Jenkins when he came back, I think he probably had a little say so in it, and it helped him out a little bit. So I wouldn't say they arrived just yet, but they played well. I say that though. They did play well against Army, and I just want to see how they do against Bama.
That's going to be the ultimate test. I would agree with you. I don't think they arrived. I think they have improved, man. They improved a lot since week one. And like I said, it's about getting the stops. So we can get a couple stops and a turnover and let Jaden Daniels be Jaden Daniels. It's not going to matter. Right. Like I said, I say 2 stops and a turnover. The score is probably going to be 45-28 LSU. We can live with that. A win is a win. I mean, it's not a traditional LSU defense giving up 28 points a game, but we can live with that. We can live with us with a 45-28 score. Because I think that's what it looks like if LSU gets 2 stops and a turnover. And if this offense continue to be dominant, man, like I said, I still want to see more from that defensive line.
Yeah.
And I know it wasn't the game for them. It wasn't the game for them to get sacks and be flashy, but I thought they played well. I also thought the linebackers played well. Omar Spates came on a little bit.
Yeah.
Greg Penn had a sack. And I thought they played well. I thought it was a good test run for Alabama, to be honest with you, for stopping it. Because I truly believe if we make Alabama one-dimensional on defense, I think we got to win.
Yeah,
we got to stop something. I don't think it's going to be the pass, but I think if we stop the run, I think we can be okay. And the key to the game next week is going to be Harold Perkins, because we're going to need him to contain Jaden Miro. I think they're going to put him back at his traditional spy the quarterback, from last year kind of role where he spies the quarterback, rushes off the edge a little more, because they've been having him kind of playing nickel. I don't know if you realize that, but I don't even know what you want to call it. I mean, he's pretty much a nickel corner, pretty much a rover, safety, nickel, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of like that Charles Woodson position they got him in right now, where he just blitzed the quarterback, rush it, it's kind of like that. And I'm not so sure he can't play nickel corner. I mean, he's an athlete,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I'm not so sure that he can't play nickel. And he's doing a very good job at it, man. I kind of like that position they got him in right now, but he's gonna be the key to next week, because Miro can run. He can flat out him and Jaden Daniels probably what for what when it comes to speed.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I think Daniels is more. He got that. Jaden Daniels got that Vince Young thing with him. It's smoother. You know what I'm saying? That's a good comparison. I think Jaden reminds me of Vince Young a lot. They're just so smooth of a runner. It's like they're not even trying. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're just jogging. Everybody else out there you see what I'm saying? It just looks smoother. But this gonna be a big test for the LSU defense going forward. But I still think I would still love to see those. And I know it was probably more in the game plan against Army this week. But I would still love to see those DBs come up and challenge somebody from time to time.
Yeah.
We were still. What's that?
I said absolutely.
Because we were still against Army playing 7 yards off. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I know that may be a little more beneficial so you can see what's going on with that option attack, that triple option attack. I think as a corner, I would rather play off in that playing that type of team so I can see what's coming. You know what I'm saying? But it just still I just want to see it. Listen, they got Bama got the receiver you was telling me about, Jermaine Burton. I think somebody should man up on him and have a safety over the top and take our chances with everybody else. And if we focus on that on the run against, we have to make Alabama one-dimensional. And I think this defense has the ability to do that, because it's not like how can I say? It's not like teams have ran wild on the defense. It's mostly been big plays in the passing game. We can't stop anybody throwing the ball. It's not like we still got a pretty good defensive line. We got Harold Perkins, so I don't think the defense has arrived. But next week, it's gonna be the big test, man.
Oh,
that's gonna be the big test. So right along to it, man. LSU heads to Tuscaloosa, man. Before we get into it, just tell me how you think this game is going to go? Like scripted. How do you think this is going to end for LSU?
I think it's gonna really be a defensive game, honestly. Alabama don't have like that firepower that they had in the past. So you won't see no quick scoring from Alabama. Um, I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. You know, like I said, you're giving Nick Saban 2 weeks to prepare for LSU offense. I think probably what it's really probably gonna come down to is field position.
Oh yeah.
I think whoever get better field position, they could capitalize. You know, with those, I think it'd be a different story. Um, I can't give you a prediction now, you know, but I have one for you next week, you
I
know. But
got you. We
I
get a
think
little
it's gonna be
close.
close though, man. I think the game gonna be close. I think it's gonna be a defensive game. I would love for LSU to win. Don't get me wrong, because it'd be nice to have uh, another guy, in the last 2 years, 3 years, maybe go back to New York for the Heisman. So I would love to see Jay Daniels go up in there. He don't have to like I said, he don't have to go in there and just put his Superman cape on. It'll be good if he did, but I don't want him to get, having so much pressure on him think he got to do this and that. Just go in there to continue
Right.
playing your game and just manage what you can control. And I think if he does that, I think LSU will really pull away from him.
And I want to continue on the point you made about him winning the Heisman, and I think in order for LSU to continue to be great, I think we need to push him to be Superman though. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because if he goes out there and he gets invited to New York, you know what that's gonna do for recruiting. You know what that's gonna do for us with us in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
But I will push back on you a little bit. I think the game's gonna go a little different because I don't think either defense is just. I don't think either defenses. I've watched Alabama a lot this year. I watch every LSU game. Man, I think this game could be. I would take the over, and whatever they put out there, I would take the over. I mean, it may be
right now. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm about to say whatever it is, I'm taking the over because LSU has scored 40 points like in every game except the Florida State game this year. I think at least he's 40 or close to 40, and I don't think LSU. I mean, I'm getting wrong. The defense has improved, but I just don't. I still think we can give up 28 to 30 points easy, because the one thing that Miro is good at is creating, and that's the problem with him. And that was the problem with Bryce Young last year. I didn't think Bryce Young was that great of a pocket passer, but when he scrambles and gets on the run, it's a problem. Defenses break down then.
Right.
And both quarterbacks have that ability. Neither defense is even top 20 right now. So, man, what is the over? Do you see it?
They didn't have it on there now, but Bama, the 5.5 point favorite, though.
That's a big. That's more points than I thought they would give Bama, to be honest with you. That's almost disrespect to LSU. But I think as the game gets closer, it's probably gonna get a little narrower.
Yeah.
Than that. But I'm taking the over. Whatever they put out there, I think this game could combine for like 90 points, to be honest with you. I think it can go there. I think it could be like, 45-45 is 90. You know what I'm saying? So I think it could be that type of game, bro, because it's just now I also think LSU can go in. I think this game can go two different ways. I think well, I say three. I think it can go the way you said it went, but I would be surprised because of the talent of Jaden. I think LSU can score on anybody. I truly believe that. I think if you give LSU what's the average game? 10 possessions? Was it 10 possessions about the average on every game? I think LSU can score on 7 of them. You know what I'm saying? So it can go that way, but I also think LSU can straight out blow Alabama out. If they go play the game if the defense play the way that they've been playing the last couple of weeks and the offense continue to play the way that they have, I don't think Bama has enough. I think this LSU team is that much more talented than Bama, especially on offense. Like I said, I only can name Jermaine Burton, like I said, and that does ring. When you mention it, I have heard his name called this season, but they don't have Julio this year. They don't have Amari Cooper. They don't have Devontae Smith. They don't have Jared Judy. They don't have these guys that we used to. They don't have Najee Harris at running back. And your boy over there, Gibbs from last year. I just don't see that. And I watched them a lot, and they don't have and they don't even have Bryce Young and shit. They don't have Tua. They don't have Jalen Hurts at quarterback. I just think that LSU really can run away with this game if they play their best football. And usually I wouldn't say that because old Saint Nick is over them. He always gonna have a great game plan. Like you said, he got 2 weeks. But man, I think LSU can run away with this thing if they play their best football because I think Florida State was more talented of an offense than Bama had. And like I said, we in that Florida State game, we the way it started for us, I thought we was gonna handle Florida State pretty easily, to be honest with you. And I don't think Bama has that. I just and we a much better team than we was from week 1, man. So I think it can go a couple different ways. Your way is not far-fetched, though. How you describe a low-scoring game defense, but I just don't know if either defense is really that good. I know LSU is like bottom of the league, and Bama's not just from watching them, they don't have that pass rusher this shit. I mean, they got a DB that's pretty cool. I can't think of his name right now. He's pretty good. I can't think of that brother's name right now, but he's probably gonna be a first round pick. But I don't know. They just not Bama this year. I think Bama should have lost a couple games this year. I've watched. They barely got off against Tennessee. Tennessee had the lead most of the game yesterday, and I can't remember who they played. Was it who did they play before? It kind of came down to the wire. Was it Arkansas? I think it was Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
And Arkansas is like a 2-5 team right now. Maybe 2-7 now. I think they lost to State. Yeah, they lost to State. And I just haven't been impressed. I mean, I would put money on it this year, bro. To be honest with you, I would put money on the over, and I'll put money on the money line against LSU. That's my bet, probably going for next week. And I don't bet unless I'm almost certain that I can win. You know what I'm saying? If I got a good feeling about this LSU Bama game. I would take LSU money line, and I would take the over. Whatever they give, I don't care if it's 50 points, I'm gonna take it. Put it like that. I'm not gonna do anything ridiculous like a 70-point over and anything like that. But I don't know if they even go that high. But I like the over. I'm just saying. What you think about that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I'm probably gonna just lean more toward the defensive side because I think all the strengths. I think Bama gonna take away from LSU. I truly do believe that. I think you're gonna see a lot of different mixed coverages. If you go back and look at LSU, man, the only team only playing 2 and 3 against them, maybe a little cover 4. But I think Bama go do a lot of mixed coverages. They go send pressure from every different angles. And I think LSU just got to adjust to it. I would like for LSU to win. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I don't want to sound like I'm all on
right over there. You high, right across the street over there.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm going for Bama, but I'm pulling for LSU. But I just if the line was at over, if it was over under 50.5, I'm gonna take the under. If I had a bet on it, I'd take the under.
Oh, I don't know about that one. I'll tell you what, we gotta do some analytics. We both have to get together on that bet. Man, because I don't know. I mean, what game has LSU played this season that has been under that? To be honest with you, think about it. And let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. I have it here. I know I can get to it a little easier than maybe you can. But let's take a look at the schedule. I don't think they've been under 50 points in any game, to be honest with you. Let's see. I'm looking at it. Florida State was definitely over 50. Grambling was definitely over 50. Mississippi State was over 50. Arkansas was over 50. Ole Miss, Missouri, Auburn. Yeah. No game this year LSU has been under 50 points.
Okay, those teams you just named, how many of them are in the top 15 of defense?
Probably none, but neither is Alabama. And I think I seen Alabama like 49th in defense this year, if I'm not mistaken. I think I seen that stat. You may want to double check that. Do I have Alabama pulled up here? I have Jalen Miro's. To continue on that conversation, and if you find it, let me know. But Jalen Miro is 1,600 yards for the season, 13 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. And let's go through Alabama. Let's see what Alabama has been at this season as far as their games go, right? So that'll give us a good. Let's do. We might make us a bet here, cuz. So Alabama first game it was over 50 against MTSU. In the Texas game, it definitely went over. Now against Florida, against South Florida, they only scored 17 to 3 against South Florida. They was right at it in the Ole Miss game, 24 to 30. They went over Mississippi. They went over 50, 40 to 17. They went over A&M. They went over Arkansas. They went over last week against Tennessee. So I don't know, man. If I would be there, you know what? I would love to see the outcome come the way you want it to come out, though, because that'd be an old-fashioned LSU Bama game to where it's like defense and who get the ball last, who kicker is the best. I would love to see the way it turned out the way that you said that you wanted to turn out, to be straight up honest with you, bro. But I just don't. I don't know.
See, I got it. Alabama ranked 15 in the country.
Oh, they really that good? I don't know where I seen that stat. I seen a stat where maybe it was in scoring or something. I don't know, but I seen a stat where it was like 40 or something. 15, that's pretty good.
Top 50.
Oh no, not even close. We like in the hundreds. The last graphic I seen, it was embarrassing, and like we was behind UL Monroe in defense, like, and I don't know what UL Monroe been doing.
They tied 88 with Central Michigan and Central Florida.
Wow. But I just think we a little better than that now. I would say LSU probably top 50 now. Like, you know, but they take into consideration what's happened the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to see what the stat has been the last 3 games. What type of where we at if somebody based that off the last 3 games. So I don't know. You could be right, but I just still think we got the best player in the game that's going to be on the field. I think Jaden Daniels is the best player. I usually always tend to go with the team who has the best player. That's just like those games that Alabama had with Deshaun Watson at Clemson all them years. Now, Bama got him the first try in the national championship game, but we all knew that that Deshaun Watson was the best player on the field. Next year, it showed. Like, you know, he had learned. You know, they got a little better. I just think LSU got Bama number, man. I think Mike Denbrock. I think we got their number, bro. Because even I think we're a little more talented than we was last year. You know, Malik Neighbors has came on. Brian Thomas has came on. We definitely have a better rushing attack, I would say, than we had last year with Logan Diggs. I don't know. And I was watching that Tennessee game. Bama wasn't stopping Tennessee on the ground. I just think we can outscore them. Now can we? Because put it like this, bro. Watching that Texas game and watching that Tennessee game, Bama didn't look like the top 15 defense. Like that stat surprised me when you said top 15 in defense. Just watching them over the season, it has like Texas did whatever they want to do against them. Tennessee pretty much did the majority of the game, but you already know how it goes with Alabama, like in teams like Tennessee. Like they'll get out to a good start. I'm watching the Tennessee Alabama game. Okay, I think they got out to like maybe like a 21-7 lead or something, like 20-7. I'm like, okay, Bama gonna come back. Like you just knew it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you knew it. But a team like LSU, if LSU gets that type of lead against Bama, it's gonna be very tough because Jaden Daniels can create. So can Milroe, but Jaden Daniels, man, he's more polished. He can throw the football a lot better. I don't think people's giving Jaden Daniels his credit. That's why I would say I would give LSU the edge in this game, man. I just think Jaden Daniels gonna be too much, and I think it's over 50, man. I would be surprised because, like I said, the score can be 25-25. It's over 50. And I think both teams can get there for sure. LSU gonna have a couple breakdowns in the secondary, and Jaden Daniels gonna be Jaden Daniels. Man, I don't know. I think we can make Alabama one-dimensional, man. You gotta take something away, and I don't think we can take the pass away. So I'm gonna make sure our run fits is good. I'm gonna make sure Harold Perkins is roaming around this game. This is the game to unleash Harold Perkins. This is the game because we need that containment. If we can contain Milroe, we're gonna win this game. That's the key to this game: containing Milroe and letting Jaden Daniels be Jaden Daniels, man. If we can do those 2 things, man, I think we got a clear-cut chance. We got a clear-cut, and I think we can have them by 10 points, bro. Like that spread is a little disrespectful, to be honest with you. Because Bama hasn't played that great leading up to this game. So I think that 5 points is allowed to get Bama in this game. considering how they play. I mean, LSU is one bad loss away from being what 7-1. They shouldn't have dropped the game to Ole Miss at all. You know what I'm saying? I think now Florida State is still playing good football, so that loss doesn't look that bad now, since they like still ranked in the top 4. So that loss actually is not as bad as we thought it was. You know what I'm saying? We all knew Florida State was a good team, but it doesn't look as bad as it did. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I think, but I want to leave it alone for next week though, because we might have a pregame show for the Alabama game. If you ain't doing nothing Saturday, man, I already know. Wait, is it Sundays y'all come? No, is it Sundays y'all come to the school?
Well, we was off this Sunday. So the next Sunday we have practice. Yeah, we have practice because we play that Thursday for Parkview.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how my schedule is.
We might have to do that, man. If you got some time Saturday, man, we can do it up. We can have next Saturday. We can have we could do it during the game reactions, or whatever the case may be. We could just maybe just go live just whenever at halftime, whatever the case. We'll figure something out, man.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be something to look forward to, bro. Because it just, like I said, it's always the biggest game of the season, no matter what both teams are doing. Whether LSU is up or down, whether Bama always seem like they're up, but it's gonna be a good one in Tuscaloosa next week. Not this week coming, but the week after, man. So we're looking forward to that now, bro. I know you got to see them Saints because they came on Thursday night. So I know you seen the Saints. I've been saving. I always save them for last because it's a lot. There's a lot to talk about the Saints, man. What you talk about that Jaguar game?
Man, I thought it was sluggish coming out of the gate. I thought they played sluggish, man. And man, I don't know, man. Derek Carr, I don't know if it's something with him or with the receivers, man. I don't think they timing is right. The chemistry not there. I saw it was times where he probably want to check down to like a hitch route, and Kamara or Olave, they were still running. Stuff like that. And they looking back, trying to figure out, what's going on.
And it's kind of late in the season for that, man.
I know it's entirely too late, man. And look, I don't know why the Saints signed him. Honestly, if it were me, I would have stuck it out with Jameis Winston. If you ask me, I think Winston is better than Derek Carr. But they feel like Derek Carr could get him over the hump. But I haven't really seen nothing, that impressed me. Now, play calling wise, I thought Carmichael did better than what he has done in the past few weeks from what I've seen, like the different, highlights and seeing what people talk about. On social media, and things like that. But defensively, I thought they played sluggish. They had their key moments, but it was at times it seemed like they just gave up, man. And the question is, do the players really believe in Dennis Allen?
Right.
I think that's the main thing. Do the players believe in Dennis Allen? So I think that's something that need to be questioned. And I saw Kamara. Man, he got on there because I like looking at the players, like they post game, conference stuff, see what they be saying and all that. And then, man, I think he probably the most vocal one, man. He was like, man, he's not used to that type of football. They used to being in schemes where you create mismatches.
He said that?
Against mismatches. He
straight up said that?
Yeah. My cousin from Wallace, he sent it to me, and I was looking, I was like, damn, man. Well, he said that.
That's a mouthful.
And when he said that, bro, I said he missed Sean Payton. Because people gotta go back and look at what Sean Payton used to do, bro. People could say, he was arrogant and he always wanted to throw the ball, but dog, Sean Payton made sure to create mismatches and put the ball in everybody's hands, bro.
Sean, it was like a lot of times, even when we wasn't as talented, like that season where Jameis went down, we went through all those quarterbacks, he was still finding ways to win with his play calling and his game planning. Like Sean could game plan his way to a win. I seen him do it. And even with Drew Brees was a Hall of Fame quarterback that he is. It was still just like it was a match made in heaven, man. It was just like Drew was the most accurate quarterback we ever seen, and his play calling definitely helped him with that. And I see that with this team. It's like you've been around coaching for a while now. When you can almost tell just from the vibe of the team, body language on the sideline. You can tell when somebody wants to play for somebody. like play for a guy. Like I said, the first time you got on here, man, it was like I was ready to play for you. You know, just the acclimate that you got, just the energy that you bring. I don't see that with Dennis Allen. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that. And I thought, and then I take it a step further. I thought going into when Sean didn't come back last year, I thought we should have cleaned house. Because here's the thing. We all know that Sean was mostly responsible for that offense, for the success of the offense. Carmichael was a student. And if I feel like if Carmichael was really as good as people thought he was, he would have got a job a long time ago. There's no way you're gonna stay with Sean Payton however many years. I mean, I know it's over 10 years that Carmichael was on his staff. Never got a head coaching job. Never got it. I don't even hearing of him getting an interview for a head coaching job. So that kind of alarmed me. And I was like, okay, well. And then going back to last year, things wasn't great. I thought last year should have been the end of the road for Carmichael. And you can just kind of see there's no creativity. We used to the screens. Like now we're trying to run screens, but it's not creative. It's almost predictable. And Sean Payton will always run screens on second down. And he loved running screens on second down and second and manageable, second and 7 or somewhere up in there. He's just like running those screens. Watching that Sean Payton offense for so many years, you pick up on a tendency as a football nerd and just you really love the game. So we was all able to study that offense, and it's just not the same. It's not creative. Like Sean had about 10 different ways he'd run the screen. He'd run with the tight end, the running back, the receiver. It was just so creative. Like you didn't know where it was coming from. You knew it was coming, but you didn't know where the screen was coming from.
Right.
You didn't know where the seam route, when he's gonna hit you with that seam route down right in the middle or hit that. And it's like every quarterback did it. It's like we went from Drew to Jameis to all those quarterbacks that started that year. Jameis went down, but it wasn't much of a drop off. Like, don't get me wrong, they wasn't Drew Brees, they wasn't in the quarterbacks of that, they wasn't Jameis, but they played okay football that year when Jameis went down. Like I think we still went to the playoffs that year, did we? Or did we barely miss it?
I think we barely missed it.
But he still made that team a contender, and I think this team has a lot more talent, bro. I truly do. This team is a lot more talented than them teams that Jameis had. I mean, I'm sorry, that Drew had in the last years. I think they're more talented at receiver. I think that the defense is aging though. The defense is probably you can see the decline in the defense, and that's a problem because now you don't have much room for error. Now you have to be able to score people. And we had every chance in this game. Foster Moreau, man. Shout out to Foster Moreau, LSU guy. I think he's a Louisiana guy as well. But man, and that's why I named it Saints drops the ball against Jazz. I mean, that's pretty much the I'm not sure if he catch that ball, if we gonna beat the Jaguars the way our offense was playing. The way, like you said, with Derek Carr, just something is off, man. And then even when he completes the ball sometimes, I feel like his passes hang too long in the air. So you might have an open guy, but it takes so long for him to get it there. He kind of floats it out there. So by the time the guy catches it, he's tackled. There's no room for him to run or no room for what is his name, the fast guy, Raheem Shaheed. Yeah, I always get that tongue twisted up, bro. But it's really no room for him to make any plays because I seen multiple times where he have a step on the guy and he just floated out there. A lot of DB to kind of close ground and make the tackle. I'm just not seeing the throws that we should see from a veteran quarterback. I'm not seeing the savviness of a guy that's been in the league 10 years, bro. Like it just to the point. Like I think the Saints are trying to stick it out so they can validate that contract they gave him. Truly, honestly, because I think Jameis probably should have came in when soon as Carr went down with that injury. I think you should have gave Jameis a chance to see if you got a spark, but they never done that. I mean, it's not like Derek Carr's not lighting it up right now. Let's look at his stats for the season, man. I know I got it pulled up here. He is 1,600 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and that's how many games we in now? Are we? No, we 7. 7. It'll be 8 if I think they'd play the game tonight. But yeah, man, we are 7 games in, and that's his stats in 7 games. Jameis would have gave us a little better than that. We might have had a couple more interceptions, but I take that. Look, people can say whatever they want to say about Jameis, man, but he's accurate, he's clutch, he And like I said, when he's on, he's on. Is he gonna have a game where you're gonna be like scratching your head a little bit, like, man, what is James doing? Yeah,
Right.
he might have 2 or 3 games a season like that. Like, what happened? But then he gonna have them games where it's like he's like the best quarterback in the league. It looks like he got one of the best deep balls I ever seen. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I think Dennis Allen got to watch himself. When first of all, that's gonna be our next topic. We're gonna say that in a couple minutes, but it was just it's hard to watch, bro. It's because you see this team got more potential, but the coach is not getting the full potential out the team.
Right, and that's going back to what I said earlier, man. Do you think the team, do they believe in that staff though? You know,
I don't.
I think, man, I don't know why, but I think Sean Payton really should have stayed, man, because he'd been in a better situation than
Hold
what
that
he
thought.
is right now.
Hold that thought. And look, this was my whole thing with Sean. It was like, okay, you left New Orleans. You might have been tired of crime. You might have been tired of hurricanes. I don't know what you was tired of. But you left a team that was still pretty much championship ready. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I would have believed more, and I've tweeted this. I would have believed more in a Derek Carr situation had Sean Payton been there. They probably should have did that a couple years before Sean left. They should try to make a move like if you didn't like James, you think James could get you there, you probably should try to made a move like that when he was here. I would believe in Derek Carr a lot more if Sean was still here because I seen Sean do more with a lot less of a quarterback than what Carr was. That was my thing. Like that move would have made more sense if Sean was still here. But I say we need to propose a trade. That's what we need to do. Because it like they ain't really feeling Sean over there in Denver, no way. We need to try to trade for Sean Payton, man. I don't know what that's gonna take, who we gotta give up, but bruh, we try to trade and get him back, dog. Because he just fit the culture here. He was we all look cocky and look arrogant in him.
Right.
That's perfect for us. We like a rah fiery guy. You know what I'm saying? And what you said was damning with Aaron. I didn't see that what Alvin Kamara said. Mm-hmm. You said he said that he used to what again?
He said he was just like, man, he used to be in a system where the coaches create different mismatches, and try to put the ball in his playmakers' hands.
Man, that's how do you go back to the locker room?
I'm about to
hold up, but look, how did you go back to the locker room after that, and or the practice, and your OC sitting there looking in your face and like you know what I'm saying? That's like I wouldn't be surprised if they try to trade Kamara. Like when the trade, I think the trade deadline is either this week or next, or they might have passed already. I'm not exactly sure.
It should be coming up.
I would not be surprised after that comment if I don't think the Saints would trade Alvin, but I think he may request a trade here. Mm-hmm. That comment right there, bro. I don't know how you come back from that. You know, I mean, because that's pretty much. I don't know how much more clear and obvious you can get. I didn't know he said something that obvious.
Yeah,
I truly didn't know that. Man, that's fire right there, man.
He just being real. I mean, you can't. I mean, players go voice their opinion. I mean, but I thought he was just being honest. Being blunt about it.
Of course, but you know how it is. A lot of times, players are coached to say the right things. A lot of times they're not gonna be blunt and honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Especially quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are always gonna try to say the right thing. But mm-hmm. Alvin is a brother. A brother. I can't say what I really want to say, but he that. You know what I'm saying? He wears QC chain on his neck. But he's right though, bro. Like that's one thing. Sean Payton always found those matchups. He made guys like Lance Moore into like solidified receivers. Like Lance didn't go play nowhere else after that. Mm-hmm. Like I think he might have had like a little small run with the Ravens after that, but that was it. Like Devery Henderson didn't play nowhere else. Robert Meacham didn't play nowhere else. These guys in his system, they was bona fide. I ain't gonna say superstars, but they was bona fide nice receivers, slot receivers, or whatever the case may be. Michael Thomas and Marcus Colston. Marcus Colston didn't go play nowhere else. Think about what I just said. Them guys didn't go play nowhere else and didn't have no type of success nowhere else outside of Sean Payton offense. And that goes to show you what Kamara said. I mean, we all can see it. He just said it. What matchup? What matchup can you? Oh, this game got to look close. This game, I can't wait to see what the fourth quarter come out of this game. We got The Philadelphia Eagles is 24-17 end of the third quarter over the Dolphins right now. My TV may be a little behind. You might already be at the fourth quarter.
No,
I got on this fire stick over here.
Yeah.
So I must be doing okay then if it's still but yeah, man. It's clear and obvious, bro. It's clear and obvious. I mean, could Derek Carr be doing better if he was in a better system? Maybe, but I don't know how much more because even when he has opportunities, it's like even when he has some time to throw the ball, it's like a half second or a second late that he throws it. And like I said, by the time he throws it, he may have a guy on a crossing route that's wide open, but he'll just lob it out there,
Right.
and it's like, okay, so a 15-yard play is like a 7-yard play because you didn't throw it out there on a tightrope to get your receiver some yak. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
It just, but icing on the cake was when Foster Moreau dropped that touchdown pass in the end zone. And I didn't like the reaction by him. Like he just sat on the bench crying, like, man, y'all got what, we 4-4 now? What is we or 4-5? Oh, let me see. Let me go back. Let me go back to and we're gonna get out of here in a minute so we can watch this game. I ain't gonna be too much longer, but I just want to see what the Saints were. Oh yeah, so we 3-4. I mean, y'all got a lot of season left, man. For you to be that down on yourself, man. I know he had a rough time. He just beat cancer and everything. I think he had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Shout out to him. I'm not trying to beat up on him, but I know he had a tough year, man. But keep your head up, Foster, man. But like I said, that drop was unacceptable, though, bro. It was unacceptable, bro. I mean, it was like on the money. Probably the best throw Carr made all year, to be honest with you. And he dropped it, and that could have potentially put us in overtime. I think if he catches that ball, the Saints got to go for 2. Just the way that game was going for us, you got to go ahead and end it because they outplayed us really pretty much the whole game. You know what I'm saying? I think we should have just went on ahead and just he catches that ball, go for 2, win it or lose it right here and there.
Right.
Going into my next question, man. Is Dennis Allen on the hot seat, man? What do you think about Dennis Allen? That kind of ties right into what we were just talking about. Is he in or is he out?
Ooh, that's tough. This is second year?
This is second year.
I would say, man, probably depends on how this season ends for the Saints. I think if the Saints don't make the playoffs, I think going into 2024, I think he would definitely be on the high seat. He might be one of the first coaches to get canned. If the Saints don't make the playoffs this year.
Oh, for sure. I think if he don't make the playoffs, he's gone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that now. If he don't make the playoffs, he's gone because I don't see. I just think we need an era change because he's still part of that Sean Payton era. So is Carmichael. They kind of piggyback off Sean Payton's success. They neither one of those coaches are proven. You think about it. Dennis Allen in Oakland went like 2-14 as a head coach. I think they fired him after 1 year in Oakland. He can coach a great defense. Now, honestly, God, I would love for him to keep him around as a defensive coordinator if he can. I've never seen that happen before. A coach get fired and they keep him on as a defensive coordinator. But I would love to see him just coach defense. And I think that's kind of the route they should have went when they had, because they had a chance to get old boy from that just beat us. We could have got Peterson. What's his first name? Doug Peterson. We could have got Doug Peterson before we hired him. We could have kept him at DC. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple of options out there. We were Eric Bieniemy. It had a couple of options out there. I just thought that we should have went. We could even went with somebody more proven, just anybody. I mean, somebody who has been successful. Jim Caldwell. You know what I'm saying? Had a black coach. What's your boy name from the Dolphins that filed the grievance against the NFL? Him.
Brian Flores. Yeah.
Brian Flores. It was a couple guys I would love to see had a chance. At that position, but I think if the Saints don't make the playoffs, I think we got a clear house, bro. We need a whole regime change because that's kind of what happened with Orgeron. When he took with Les Miles, had a lot of people were still in place. I think at a certain point he should have cleaned house as well. And I think he would have fared a little better, you know, in them last couple of years at LSU when he was studying trying to chase that Joe Brady offense instead of just moving on. And I think that's what the Saints need to do. If we don't make the playoffs, he's out of here because it the team doesn't look well coached. It'd be a difference if we was like winning, like losing close games where it's like it was like back and forth. We just like offense was playing good, defense just maybe had a couple, you know, mistakes. It doesn't look like that. It don't look like we well coached, bro. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Right.
You know, but man, let's do one more time. We're gonna get out of here, man. I kind of want to see how this game gonna go back here because I can't see it behind me, man. Winston over Carr. What you think?
I would do it, but they won't because they got too much money tied in the Derek Carr. That's the only reason why he's still the starter because of the money.
I believe that too, man. Because it feels like, and at first, you know, I was probably calling for this way before a lot of people was. I probably called for this maybe like week 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, we gotta get somebody else in here. Everybody like, man, you tripping? We don't want to go to James. You know what James is gonna do with those interceptions? But I'm looking like, well, he can't do much worse than what Carr's been doing. I mean, if he do worse, then we just screwed all together.
Right.
But I mean, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. At this point, it's just like I was calling for probably a lot earlier than a lot of people did. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I just think, like you said, it's money tied into this, but it's your job, Dennis Allen. Now, is this coming from like the general manager, Mickey Loomis, saying, well, man, y'all gotta give him a chance. We gave him all this money, but that was on y'all. What did he really prove in his career that he deserved that type of money?
Right.
What did he prove in his career to say that he's better than Jameis Winston? Not much. I don't think he went to the playoffs. If I'm not mistaken, I think Jameis might have went 1 year when he was with Tampa, and he was on his way to, and Jameis was on his way to like a MVP type season the year he got hurt, bro. 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He was on his way that year, and they never gave that man his flowers. They never gave him a great chance. Even that last year,
right?
He got hurt a little bit. They put in your boy Andy Dalton. They never even went back to him, you know, because he had the starting job. You don't supposed to lose your job due to injury, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They never gave him his fair shot. So I'm looking at it like, nah, bro, like y'all gotta get this man the shot because we never gonna know with Jameis. Because I doubt if he's gonna be on next year's team. I doubt it, especially if we get a new coach up in here. He's probably not gonna be with us next year. Let give him a chance to see what he can do, so he can potentially maybe go get some money somewhere else. Because how it's looking, it's not looking like we going to the Super Bowl anyway. We may sneak into the playoffs, but we're not going to no Super Bowl.
Right.
Let's be real about it. Super Bowl is out the question for us. How we've been playing, unless we have a dramatic change of events. I don't know how we a Super Bowl team. I'm kind of peeping up here too, man, to see what's going on. Okay, they about to threaten this thing, but we getting ready to close it out, man. But like I said, I think I say Jameis over Winston. I say LSU needs to have some good practices for Bama. Definitely going and rest a little bit, but definitely get back at it. And y'all got Community? Y'all said that you had this
Collegiate of Baton Rouge.
Collegiate or Baton? Are they any good or is it kind of? I don't, you ain't got to down them. But I'm just saying. I mean, are they a playoff team?
Nah, man, they just one of those new schools in Baton Rouge, man. It's they still trying to find their way. I don't think they won a game yet. They might have won one game.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so expect we're supposed to go in there and handle business, on Friday.
Right.
And then get ready for the showdown against Parkview.
Okay, man. That sound like a plan right there, man. So most definitely, man. Good luck to y'all boys next week. Man, make sure y'all get that win, man. Like I said, if you any athletes you want to shout out right now, any ballers out there right now that's really balling, getting those looks from colleges right now from U High.
Man, actually, man, I think all my guys scored Friday, man. Yeah, I think all my receivers they scored Friday, got in the end zone. So, man, shout out to them, man. I think one of the biggest things I preach to those kids, man, is about your attitude. And I told them, after we got done doing my ending before pregame, I told them, I said, look, this going to be a game where some of y'all won't score or some of y'all won't get all the catches you expected, because of the type of team we playing. I said, we try to pull y'all early. We try to keep y'all healthy. We try to get ready to make a run, go to the Dome in December. You know, I said, but make the plays when it count though. You know, in the big games. Don't worry about the teams that don't have the most talent, the less talent. I'm sorry, doing against the top tier teams. You know, that's one of the main things I preach to them, man. You know, and they accept it. You know, they accept the challenge. So I think we getting there. We getting better. You know, as a unit. You know, like I told the kids, I truly believe we have the best offense in the state. You know, people talk about Calvary Baptist, they got this, they got that. But if I had to put my last dollar, man, I put these kids with anybody in the state. You know, and I'm gonna stick with that. You know, one of the big things, you know, I told the kids before fall camp, and I told them, I said, look, I said, ain't a player on this field ever experienced walking the Superdome. Now, they went to the state championship game, but that was at ULL in 2021, 12-21. They played at ULL.
It was that COVID year, yeah.
COVID, and I have two seniors that's in my receiver group. And I said, bro, I would do anything I can in my power to get y'all two to walk on that turf. I said, look, I'd have been there. I said, I got the proof sitting right there. I'd have been there 5 times. Look, I'd have been there. You know, all you got to do is to believe in yourself and believe in what the coaches preach to you. You know, and believe in the system, you know, what we put around you. You know, and one of the main things we break off every Friday before we go to tea, we break off with Gate G. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that's where they drop the teams off when you go to the Dome at Gate G. Make you feel like a superstar. You know, and those kids, they believe in it, man. So I'm hoping, you know, we stay healthy, man. I think we have a good shot, you know, but we take it one day at a time, though. You know, I told the kids, don't look too far ahead. You know, I hear some of them talking about, oh, coach, man, I saw what this team did in the playoffs. And I said, look, don't worry about all that. You know, let's just focus on us and let's get better. So
that's right.
I think we'll be all right, though, man, honestly.
I think so, too, Coach. I think so, too, man. They got a good one in you out there as a passing game coordinator, man. Best of luck to y'all boys next week and in the week after against Parkview. You know, I'll definitely have you on after that. Man, I said I don't want to hold you too much long because this game getting pretty good behind me over here, man. Like I said, I'm trying to get to it over here. Man, it hurts like, oh, okay. I thought I about to throw a pick 6 there for a minute. But man, look, best of luck to you, man. I appreciate you coming on every week because whenever you can, you already know you welcome, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Like I said, best of luck to you, man. We definitely gonna get together next week, and I'm gonna check on you throughout the week, man. Like I said, I might be a little busy here working, but I definitely appreciate you, man. Let's get to this game behind us, brother.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man.
All right, have a good week.
All right, you too, brother.
Yes, sir. That was Coach David Maryland of U High School just joined us. He is our weekly correspondent, our weekly analyst. He is the passing game coordinator at U High School. I am Money Mun, north of the lake. Thank y'all for joining for another live. Like I said, I'm about to get to this game behind me. We got 24-17. The Philadelphia Eagles is leading at the top of the fourth quarter right now. I'm about to get on this. Like I said, I thank y'all for supporting me. Like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Make sure y'all tune into our lives every Sunday at 7 o'clock. I'm getting ready to log off. Shout out to everybody that came into this live. Shouts out to Miss Montgomery. Shout out to my Uncle Darren Bristol, 1996. I think he was saying he played in 96 at UL Lafayette. I was real young. I couldn't remember when he did it. Shout out to everybody that tuned into this live. Shout out to my class of 2011. Shout out to Hammond High School on our homecoming. We had a great time. I shared the video earlier in the show. I guess I'll close out with the video of Hammond High School, our homecoming that I shared earlier. Let me see if I can get it pulled up. Let's see. Yeah, I added to the statement. Hammond High School homecoming. And I'll share it with y'all as we leave.
You niggas see the nigga fuck you and your motherfucking people. And we say Stop playing with my fucking name. We coming here, class of 14. Class of 13, what's up, class of 13? Hey, what's up, class of 13? No.
What's your favorite Hammer High moment? Favorite Hammer High moment?
07, 2000, just the whole 2005 to 2009. 2005 to 2009. I respect that.
So look, ain't nothing better than 2011.
Ain't
nothing better than
2011.
2011. Nothing better than 2011.
Double-digit classes don't count, y'all. Don't worry about it.
This is Dr. Cool. I need your favorite Hammer High moment, baby.
Yeah,
Give me your favorite Hammer High moment.
Ah,
This the
shit.
right man to ask right here.
Damn, I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's a lot of them bitches though, bro. A lot of them, dog. I'm gonna tell you, when we beat A-Me. We beat A-Me? When we beat A-Me. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Cause ain't nothing else out about football around this motherfucker.
We could get a state trooper escort.
Can I tell you?
Thank y'all for joining in North of the Lake. Like I said, we're getting ready to wrap it up. I had to show the video of Hammer High's homecoming recap. Like I said, thank y'all for joining every Sunday at 7 p.m. Y'all join me on the live. If y'all want to come into this live, please let me know every Sunday. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. Said this is North of the Lake with Money Mon. Like I said, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe on YouTube. That's NOTL Mon. Like I said, we're going live every Sunday. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good rest of y'all week. Well, actually starting your week off. I say Monday is a work day. Tomorrow is a work day. So make sure you get to it. Make sure you handle your business. Y'all have a blessed and prosperous week. Until next week, y'all. Signing out.